Hey, it's Mike here, and today we are going to look at diet and depression. If you're in the Northern Hemisphere like me, winter is coming, and that means depression season is coming. So let's replace the sun with the dopamine burst we get from learning. So we're going to learn about the research on how particular foods affect depression, and also look at a few interventionary trials where people were put on a certain diet and see how they fared emotionally. To start, according to the CDC, 1 in 8 people over the age of 12 in the US take antidepressants, and it goes all the way up to 1 in 4 in women over 60. And since we can't always see depression, I would consider this a silent epidemic, so we need to search for answers, and the role of diet seems pretty promising. Quick disclaimer, diet is not a fix-all for being sad, and that depression can be an appropriate response to things that happen in your life. We're not looking at that. We're looking at an ongoing chemical imbalance type of depression and any answers we can get to combat that. So let's go ahead and start on a positive note and see what foods can make you happier, possibly. This study found that eating fruit at least 3 times a week was associated with a 34% lower odds of depression than those who did not eat that much fruit. And for veggies, that meant a 62% lowered odds of depression, which is pretty amazing. And yes, they did control for other things that can make you sad, like socioeconomic status. And looking to other studies, they find the same thing: veggies equal happiness. Now, I'm always trying to pressure people to eat whole foods, and from this study, the more whole foods you ate, the lower your depression was. Those who ate the most whole foods had about 25% lower depression, and those who ate the least had 58% higher depression than baseline. Now, I want to be transparent. Fish was lumped in with those whole foods such as veggies and fruit, but as we will soon see, it may have skewed the data for the worst, may have diminished those positive effects of fruit and veggies. All right, but why exactly could fruits and veggies help with this? Scientists believe it may be one mechanism. It may be the polyphenols, plant phytochemicals, because they, quote, battle oxidative stress and stimulate the activation of molecules that aid in synaptic plasticity, a process that underlies cognitive function. This is important because synapses, the communication point between your brain cells, is where all of these happiness neurotransmitters like dopamine and serotonin do their job. But it goes further than that. At least 2 polyphenols, in particular quercetin and luteolin, have been shown to inhibit the breakdown of those happiness neurotransmitters. That breakdown is done by what is called monoamine oxidase, or let's just call it MAO, like General Mao. From this study, majorly depressed people have, on average, 34% higher levels of MAO. In other words, excessive MAO probably destroys happiness. But again, luteolin and quercetin have been shown to inhibit MAO. These are the results on individual human cells. Quercetin, which did require vitamin C to enter the cell, gave about a 15% lowering of MAO activity, and luteolin inhibited it by about 20%. And imagine if these effects did translate to the human body, that 20% reduction in MAO activity could have major implications for those majorly depressed people. Another cool side note, vitamin C is a cofactor in the production of dopamine. So much learning. Anyway, looking at foods highest in quercetin, capers are at the top, and then there's some less commonly eaten foods such as lovage and dock. But it's also reasonably high in arugula, cilantro, onions, red lettuce, and kale. Oregano and celery seeds are the luteolin champions, but it's also present in foods such as peppers, thyme, rosemary, and lemons. So next time you want to eat your feelings, just reach for the capers, lovage, and oregano. Fine, it's no ice cream, but at least it could be a preventative addition to your diet. More science is needed to really know their true power, their true level of effect. But you might be thinking, Mike, okay, obviously vegetables are healthy for us, but what foods are making us sad? The first path to dietary sadness I want to explore is the arachidonic acid brain inflammation connection. Arachidonic acid is not spider juice, though it is Halloween season. No, it's actually an omega-6 that is found in animal foods. Here is a list of the foods that are highest in arachidonic acid. As you can see, it's chicken, eggs, beef, sausage, etc. But how can a mere omega-6 lead to brain inflammation? From this study, oxidation of arachidonic acid produces pro-inflammatory prostaglandins, leukotrienes, and thromboxanes. This mouthful of inflammatory products then turn into lipoxins and initiate the termination sequence. Need I say more? All right, let's look at some actual people. From this study, higher levels of arachidonic acid were associated with a 45% increased suicide risk, and 47% increase in major depressive episodes. Associations are great and all, but do we have any studies that actually changed people's diets? Yes, we have this one that set out to put people on a zero arachidonic acid diet. In order to do that, they had to get rid of the chicken, the eggs, and the fish, as I mentioned earlier, very close to entirely plant-based. The results after just 2 weeks, quote, restricting meat, fish, and poultry improved some domains of short-term mood state in omnivores. So we're looking at inflammation in the case of arachidonic acid, and it's clear that it does play a role in depression, just like basically every other disease. So looking to this study, when they put people on a vegan diet, their inflammation markers dropped by 30%. All right, moving on. Thanksgiving is also coming up, where in the US we will needlessly slaughter approximately 46 million turkeys. And then 1 in 4 uncles will say, man, I feel tired after that turkey. Must be the tryptophan, huh? No, Uncle Philip, you're wrong. The reality is, as this study mentions, once you eat turkey, your tryptophan levels crash. Gobble, gobble, biatch. This is because in high-protein animal foods, there are so many other amino acids that are competing to get across the blood-brain barrier that tryptophan gets left behind. But there are foods that actually do raise tryptophan, which is important because tryptophan is serotonin's essential amino acid precursor. Precursor means it becomes it. So you need tryptophan to make serotonin. And now I've heard a lot of anecdotes of people on a more whole food starch-based diet saying, I cured my depression, but is there any science behind this? Back to that same study, this is what happens when you eat carbs. You get a rise in tryptophan levels. Scientists attribute this to tryptophan making up a greater proportion of the amino acids, therefore reducing competition for brain entry. Okay, but this is pretty removed from people's actual emotions. Did anybody actually test people's moods and carb consumption? This study did. It put people on either a high carb or low carb diet for an entire year. And this is what their depression scores looked like. The high carb group did way better. In fact, they did way better across the board in categories such as anxiety, hostility, and fatigue. And from this study that looked at emotional states and PMS, a carbohydrate-rich meal improved their depression, tension, anger, confusion, sadness, fatigue, alertness, and calmness scores. And they attribute that to an increase in serotonin after carb intake. Now, I'm not saying you have to eat a super high carb diet. It just appears that there's a minimum intake of carbs required to keep these emotional processes functioning optimally. And I would also say that choosing whole carbs instead of refined carbs is definitely the way to go because they have a more stable, extended delivery of sugars without those blood sugar spikes and crashes. And also, they're accompanied by antioxidants usually, so win-win-win. And finally, do we have any trials showing how a vegan diet might affect mental health? Yes, we do. We have this workplace trial that put people on a vegan diet, and the results were a notable improvement in a variety of things, including mental health. And that right there is huge. But there's probably somebody out there thinking, but this is totally all bull. I read in that Women's Health article that vegan diets cause depression. Now, I have a video dedicated to responding to the study at the root of these claims, which, in addition to mostly having statistically insignificant findings and spelling the word matched wrong, it was done on vegetarians. It was not done on vegans. This is important because eggs are one of the highest sources of arachidonic acid. And it also didn't account for how people who are depressed might have a higher tendency to try different diets. In conclusion, a diet of whole plant foods with enough carbs is a recipe for happiness. You have the polyphenols, which have many mechanisms of action, one of which is decreasing the levels of MAO, which potentially eat up your serotonin and dopamine and make you less happy. You also have all of that vitamin C, which plays an important role in dopamine creation, and the tryptophan actually makes it into your brain where it can then become serotonin, which is huge. We also see that vegan diets have a real effect on mental health in real people, and it also is shown to lower inflammation, which certainly plays a role. So in the end, there are answers for depression in diet. They might not have all of the answers, but a whole food vegan diet is very promising. There's good evidence that'll make you happier, and it'll definitely make the turkeys happier. Win-win. Gobble, gobble. All right, finally, I want to give a special thanks to Dr. Greger over at Nutrition Facts. Though he hasn't covered luteolin, to my knowledge, and a couple other studies in here, this was largely a summary of research that was compiled by him. Some people have snarkily called it.
Hello, and thank you for tuning into McDougall's Medicine with Dr. John and Mary McDougall. I'm their daughter and your host, Heather McDougall. And tonight, just like every night, we're going to get to lots of questions. But first,
Medicine with Dr.
turn off
John and
my
Mary
YouTube.
McDougall. I'm their daughter and your host, Heather
Sorry,
McDougall.
everyone.
And tonight, just like every night, we're going to get to.
Oh, you have this background. Sorry about
And then I made that video because I was just like I couldn't handle it anymore. It's too weird. But anyway, Rachel Sunshine's here.
Hi guys.
She's stuff to say. Braxton's got some stuff. Where'd Devin go? But anyway, so I kind of purposely didn't keep super good track of what you were talking about. Those were Rachel. Because I want to hear your whole story as you say it. Yeah,
sure.
So go ahead.
Okay. First off, just to kind of segue away from what you were saying, I've actually tried to start an off-grid community. I currently live off-grid, and everything that you just said right now is 100% accurate. It is expensive as hell to live off-grid, and most counties have regulations where you're not allowed to do anything without a permit. You can't get a cistern, a well, a septic. You can't build. You can't do anything without multiple permits throughout the entire building process. So off-grid and actual like anarchist living, it doesn't exist. It really doesn't exist. Okay, so I'm just gonna start at the beginning. A couple weeks ago, I hear that Larkin Rose's friend group kind of had a shift. Several people were kicked out of this group. During this time, they decided to text me and tell me that Larkin Rose and his whole group of close friends, including his wife, Amanda, and I'm going to name her again, specifically are talking to people in person in private conversations about me, talking about how they think I am a Fed and a fake profile. So after this falling out with a couple of people, they messaged me and said, hey, I'm having this situation. I wanted to let you know about it. Larkin Rose and his group of friends are telling me that they think that you're a Fed. They have done this multiple times, and I shouldn't have listened to them, and I'm really sorry about that. And so I was like, okay, yeah, I understand. People get called a Fed all the time. But she named somebody that I didn't even know. She's like, the person who's been talking the most about this is actually Erica. She uses the name Erica. I'm not friends with any Erica. I do not know any Erica. I've never spoken to any Erica. So for like 5 minutes, I'm sitting there like, no, seriously, tell me who this Erica is. Like, I literally don't know who you're talking about. I know it sounds like I'm joking because I'm usually very sarcastic, but I truly don't know an Erica. And so she says, Erica Sabo, she thought that you were going to steal her boyfriend from her. And so her and Amanda have been talking about you because she's scared you're going to steal the guy that she was dating. This guy and I are friends on Facebook. Like I commented under one of his memes and I guess suddenly she freaked out. He actually called me up and was like, hey, I just want to let you know I'm talking to somebody. So like, it's fun to say stuff on Facebook, but like, she's really upset. And I was like, oh, hey, no problem, man. Best of luck for you guys. Like, I wish you all the love in the world. I truly believe in love, so I'm not a homewrecker. And so I just said, I wish you all the best. And that was it. We actually stopped being friends for the several months that they tried to date. And then they broke up again and he friended me again and we've been friends again. So I joked around with him and I was like, hey, dude, your ex-girlfriend, she's calling me a Fed, dude. And he actually wrote me back and he's like, yeah, her and Amanda, they like literally interviewed me and was like, under a white light, do you know who she is? Is she a Fed? Is she a fake profile? So after hearing all of this, I was like, okay, I've had enough. Larkin Rose has been famous or should I say infamous, in anarchist groups outside of Ancapistan, Larkganistan, as I'm now going to refer to it. So he has literally defamed countless Black Flag anarchists, countless people who are primitive anarchists, mutualists, syndicalists. This is his favorite pastime on Facebook. He will not touch it on YouTube because he will lose followers. So he just does this on his page and he blocks you so that you can't actually defend yourself from his fake fucking trials with his friends. Excuse my language. It's very infuriating to watch an anarchist who says he is a non-aggressor, literally stealing people's like lives from them. So he did this to me 2 weeks ago, and I explicitly told him, and I'm so glad I went public about these text messages and the 4 people coming forward who absolutely didn't lie, because Larkin Rose then went very public in his defamation for me. On his page, in which Tony Bones, for example, and Larry Smart call me a schizophrenic prostitute and tell people that she has proof I am a fucking prostitute. I am a stay-at-home mom who lives off-grid, who's run for office, and am a public official in my community. So it's pretty infuriating that she did this, knowing that she is blatantly lying. This is very personal again. So we have Erica and Amanda with the personal sabotage with her boyfriend, that she claims she's a voluntarist, but the moment that he just talked to somebody she didn't approve of, she basically tried to destroy him and the woman. Like he's being defamed as well by her in other areas, and we've talked about it. But Tony Bones does not want people to know who she really is. And I met her back in 2017 when she was homeless, living in a hotel in Kansas, prostituting herself. She can totally sue me on this. She took a man who was already married. He came out to Kansas, picked her up, brought her to his wife's home. He is still married. His wife is kind enough to bring this stranger into her home that her parents own. And she actually finds Larry and Tony getting naked together one night in the basement. They end up having a domestic violence dispute. She starts beating him with her keys, and then she calls the cops. Larry is bleeding, so she is taken away. And Larry and Tony proceed to steal her house for the next 3 months until she can evict them and get them kicked out by the courts, and at which point they flee to wherever. During this time, I tell Larry, like, stay the fuck away from me. Holy shit, you are one of the most immoral people I have ever met. Your wife is my friend. I cannot believe that you actually did this, like, in front of everybody. I literally had Tony Bones come into my house, like, one time. She was really horribly drunk, and she was talking about stealing her children back from Kansas because the state of Kansas had taken them from her, and they were under full custody with her aunt. And so she was conspiring, and Larry was conspiring to, take them back from her aunt. They're her kids, so I don't disagree with that. But they were literally conspiring. And in my house, she looked at my daughter, who was like 9 months old, and said, "Oh my God, your daughter is so cute. I wish that I could steal her." This is literally as they're conspiring to steal children. And I told her that I would stab her and watch her bleed out while I made dinner for my family. So I'm not interested in Tony Bones' bullshit that she is saying about me. If she does have naked pictures of me, that is from when my ex-husband, who I divorced immediately upon finding out, leaked me on the dark web back in 2015 in the hopes of making a lot of money. So if Tony Bones has any naked pictures of me, they are from human trafficking and completely illegal. Yeah, exactly. What is that called? Like the retaliatory porn? That's what she's doing to me. So she can fuck right off. And I am more than happy to go toe to toe with that bitch. For Larry Smart to lie to her and say that I slept with him is disgusting. I am not physically attracted to Larry. I have no other Johns. So if Larry is the only John that comes forward and says this, maybe he lied to Tony so that she would feel better about her guilt for sleeping with a married man in his wife's house. So that is the down low on that. Calling me schizophrenic, because I will not divulge the 4 people who told me that Larkin Rose and his wife, Amanda and Erica, are defaming me. And then they told me, haha, I'm not going to stop anything. I'm going to teach you a lesson. Then blocked me, went and made a public post, said that I was lying and made it up, which I didn't. I have all of these text messages.
I think we've had enough of that. What's up, John Bob? What's up, Tony Bones?
What up, buddy? How you doing?
Pretty good.
Just munching on some sweet potatoes and guacamole. I can't get enough guacamole. Just munching.
I think Tony's having some technical difficulties.
No, I can hear you. I'm on a Chromebook, so like my sound is not great, but I figured it was good enough for what I needed to use it for. No, I can hear you. Yeah, there's like a delay. Let me try to turn this down.
You gotta turn it off your YouTube.
Is that better? What?
Yeah, just shut it off your YouTube.
Okay, that's a little better. Sorry, I haven't done one of these.
Watch it through StreamYard and shut it off the YouTube, and it should be fine.
I think. I don't know. Can you hear me fine?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, how's it going, Jeff?
Nothing much, Bones. How you doing? I thought we lost you there for a while. You disappeared. I thought Larry might have killed you or something.
I thought I lost me too, but I did not.
So,
okay.
So yeah, we watched a little bit of that just to fill anyone in who wasn't watching last week.
Yes, I tried so hard to listen to that whole thing. I mean, I'm not gonna have 4.5 fucking hours to listen to myself talk personally because, like, I actually mom my own kids. I didn't hear any kids in the background there. Pardon?
It was mainly just in the beginning.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, luckily I was able to find through YouTube where they like do the transcripts because like it's a bizarre, like, not sensation of sorts, but it's like, oh wow, you know, I'm like hearing these stories and I want to hear what I do next. But at the same time, it's like, God damn, this bitch is so fucking boring that I can't sit through this shit. And I really did try. I did. I gave it my best effort, and I heard enough of it. That was
things kind of ended on a weird note.
Yeah, like, so I'm going to start this right now just for any friends that I have, whatever. Because when I went into this and like she started, you know, name dropping the sycophant shit sociopaths fucking do. And like, in all seriousness, like all jokes fucking aside, if I have any friends listening right now, if anybody ever starts talking about violence like this dumb fucking bitch has, talk about waving guns around and
she's talking about killing Larkin Rose.
You don't fucking do that. You never, ever, ever, ever talk violence with anybody in this movement unless you want to go to fucking prison. Because they pay people like this to start conversations just like that to get you caught up. And there are way smarter and better people than me, and definitely that lady, sitting in prison, having their lives ripped away. Because people like that went and instigated those conversations. So I'm just going to start off with that because you fucking know better, Jeff.
She basically said that Larkin Rose should be killed because there's some
fucking nut job. This bitch, the only reason I'm on here right now is because this bitch actually, and fucking the only time I've heard that story is when I encountered a CPS worker in Texas. Okay. And I didn't go, for one, I've never lived in Kansas. Okay. And I'm not like this. I'm not like, I'm just going to like, okay. How do I do this? I don't care if I sound like an arrogant bitch. You have known me for a long time, Jeff. Okay. I've been around for a fucking while. The voluntarist community is pretty fucking hooker friendly, apparently. Okay. If I was a prostitute, for one, I wouldn't have been staying in a fucking motel. I'd have had a house, a car, all kinds of fucking things. Okay. I wouldn't have been asking Larry Smart to pick me up in Springfield, fucking Missouri. Sorry. Little. Okay, I've never lived in Kansas. I sure as fuck at the time couldn't afford a fucking hotel. And if I was selling my ass, do you really think that I would have been struggling like that? Like, no. Okay, and I'm not saying,
it doesn't even matter. Even if you were doing that, it doesn't matter.
I'm just refuting some of the accusations of sorts. And that's just where I'm at, like, with it. Like, that's fucking ridiculous.
Why are you still trying to like hang out with libertarian people?
I don't hang out with anybody. I raise my kids. My circle is like 8 people. One of them's a fucking
frozen.
Well, she seems to have froze.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I have a pretty hard time taking that chick seriously. I've only met her one time, and she was spreading a whole lot of lies about me when I haven't even met her in person, claiming my wife's a child and she's undereducated, and I targeted her. She's never even met my wife, claiming my wife's a child when she's in her mid-20s, and just angry, hateful, Western feminist propaganda. I'm 40. Well, I'm 42, early 40s. Yeah. I'll be 42 in 1 month, so I'm pretty much 42.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, my girlfriend.
I don't think there's anything wrong with my wife being younger than me. I was honestly looking for a younger woman because I want to have a family. I kind of did the American thing, and I got myself a Western girl. You know how they are about like leaving people and taking people's kids and using them for money. You know what I mean? So I kind of wanted to actually start a family. So I was looking for a younger woman. My wife was a little bit younger than I was looking for. She found me. But either way, I mean, when people are spreading
rumors, you found her in the Philippines?
What?
You found her in the Philippines?
She found me, believe it or not.
Oh,
But
she
yeah,
found you in the Philippines.
well, not specifically in the Philippines. I was online. I was just, trying to find a nice girl, and my wife found me, and we chatted for probably 24 hours that first day. It was ridiculous. I got off the phone. I got a hold of my buddy. I was like, I found my wife. Me and her talked every day for, over a year, just getting to know each other, before I even went up there.
Well, hold on a minute. Let's do one thing at a time. Tony's back.
I'm gonna try to get this working on my phone in case my hotel Wi-Fi goes out. Again, I think that's the problem. I don't know. I guess I hook a little better. I stay at the Residence Inn these days, but not really.
Bougie.
I'm really not that much fun at all. But can you hear me just fine?
Yeah.
Okay. What were you talking about? I think I was ranting about what an unsuccessful hooker I would have.
No, I was just asking you. It just seems like I hung out with about a dozen libertarians that I met through Radowski and AK and those dudes, and it was terrible. Like every situation was pretty awful, and so I was just like, all right, I'm gonna start dodging these people, and it's been a lot less drama ever since. And no offense, but this just sounds like more Tony Bones drama.
Well, that's just fine. You know what? I have been so isolated and away from drama and people for so long. I did disappear for a while. And maybe I did find myself in a situation in which I was isolated and, in a situation in which I didn't know how to reach out for help, whatever. Like, I use drama, whatever. Like, I don't even care. Like, I'm not going to stay isolated and silent about certain things anymore, but I'm not here to talk about that. I am here to address that, just the fucking gibberish that she was saying.
So you guys are hanging out with Larkin?
I've hung out with Larkin. I've never had anywhere close to the weird fucking vibes that I've gotten from that woman. And I did, in fact, go to her house once, and I was, in fact, drunk. Okay, I will have you know that I did not drink for 3 years before that. I went out to Colorado, and, Larry and Julie or whatever, and they drank a lot. And I don't know if you've noticed, if you've ever been sober from alcohol, but it's really hard to be around drunk people when you're sober because they're really fucking annoying. And I did start drinking, and I was perhaps a little bit inebriated, but not so inebriated that I wouldn't remember threatening to kidnap her child. I think she said, like, she threatened to stab me and leave me in a pool of my own blood, quote unquote, to my face, which is like, it's fucking ridiculous. Okay, so like, yeah, that's gonna fucking happen. If she wants to dragon, whatever, dry snitch. The only reason we went over there is because we bought an ounce of mushrooms from her, and that's why we were there. I wasn't talking about kidnapping all of my kids from Kansas. I've never lived in Kansas. I don't have an aunt that lives in Kansas. I've never prostituted in Kansas. I did have a situation because apparently there's like something on my forehead. Hold on, I gotta choose my words carefully. I did go to Kansas and pick up my daughter who was kidnapped, basically, and I'm not fucking sorry for it. But it wasn't like that. It wasn't all my kids. I certainly didn't fucking tell her about it, and I'm not fucking sorry. And the only time I've ever heard this story before was when I encountered this luckily nice CPS worker in Texas. We were staying in this really fucking beautiful home. Indica was doing great. We got her away from, I don't even fucking go there. And CPS came knocking. And, like, what's going on? And the only time I've ever heard this weird ass story was from that CPS worker. And the reason that she called CPS on us after I bounced with Larry, and I don't care who fucking, I might walk into a snake pit because of this fucking whatever. I don't even care. I don't care anymore. All I've got is adhering to reality. And she wasn't friends with his wife. Okay, let me back up a second. The only person that tried to fuck me while Larry and his wife were together was his wife. I'm sorry. And I'm just not that much fun. Okay, I'm just addressing that as fucking ridiculous. I'm not that much fun. Okay. And it's just so fucking ridiculous. And I don't even know.
Why
Like,
do you know
watched
this lady?
Huh?
So you just randomly bought mushrooms from her and all this
So
happened?
Larry and her have been real good friends for a long time, right?
Oh, okay.
No, and I told him, sorry, Larry, I know you're fucking
Larry
watching.
being honest?
I said, this is not friendship. This is some fucking jealous bitch shit. Okay.
Was he being honest?
Huh?
Was he being honest early on?
It doesn't sound like it. Doesn't fucking sound like it,
doesn't
does
sound
it?
like it.
So, you know, and then as far as her like bringing up these naked pictures that he supposedly bought off the dark web or what, for one, nobody's gonna pay for your fucking bitches, your fucking pictures. Like fucking like no. Ew. When I met this girl, she was like 250 pounds. Okay, she wasn't doing good. All right, I hope she fucking figured that shit out. Okay, but nobody was buying her pictures off the dark web. She has these pictures that she took that she sends out to fucking anyone and everyone that she's probably fucking using and roping in, whatever. He would drive her around to the hospital and stuff. He told me that when he met her, it was like she was like staying on an air mattress in her first husband's house, just like dying. Like she was like 90 pounds or something, and she's got like this 1 in 16 billion fucking kidney disease, whatever the fuck that means. And you know, and for that I feel bad. You know, I mean, I get it. I have chronic health issues, and that's sad. I'm glad someone fucking helped her. But no, I didn't say that he was paying for her. They were discussing how she said he couldn't afford her. And like, it was weird though. Okay. So no, do I think they were actually banging? No, it's not a jealousy. She had a jealousy issue in which she chose to try to utilize the state to try to terrorize me and my child. And that's the only reason I'm here. At this point, like,
well, we're all about like conflict resolution here. So
and that's what this is. This is for me,
Yeah.
honestly, because I'm gonna forget these fucking people even fucking exist after this. But I
Can I
remember
ask
that
you a
girl. I
question?
remember previous versions of myself, and she didn't fucking deserve this. She didn't deserve the fucking terror of having CPS up in her shit, because you don't have to fucking do anything wrong to have your fucking kids stolen. And she pulled that shit, and and I handled it well. You know, the worker complimented me on our home. He was like, yeah, it's weird. The lady didn't even have the kids' names and like just all this fucking weird information like that she just said that didn't make any fucking sense. And so like she tried to like put, oh no, it was Larry's ex-wife, and like just this is so ghetto. And Jerry, everything besides the fucking boobs and the fucking whatever be like, I'm just getting it out there so I can just fucking squash it, because I'm, the only person sneaking around with this fucking man while he and she were married was her. And that's she's like talking about these naked pictures, like
hold on, this is all Larry's fault, huh?
I didn't say that.
I'm trying to get to the meat of this.
I'm just saying that I'm going to adhere to reality, and I'm not here to shit on fucking. Oh god!
Well, I know that's your baby daddy, but it's
I
like,
did not
I'm
know
trying to figure out why both of you ladies are up here frothing at the mouth.
No, I don't know.
Now I get it. It's Larry.
Am I a little disgruntled per fucking haps, But that's okay. That's okay, because by adhering to reality, I'm going to get through this, and hopefully people choose to back me instead of fucking cross me or leave me the fuck alone. I don't know.
Can I interject?
You gotta stop worrying
Jim
about
Bob?
these
Yes, I was like,
imaginary
yeah, you
people
remember
out
me,
here.
John?
Yeah, go ahead, John Bob.
You told me that my kids would be better off without me if I was fucking dead.
Yeah, they probably would.
That was me.
The only time I've ever met you, you tell lies about people.
Oh,
so
no.
why
You know Justin Medini better than I do?
Hey,
John
I wanted to ask a question.
Say it to my face. I want to hear it. I'll let you talk. Go ahead. I want you to explain to me where you get off telling me my kids are better off without me fucking dead.
Why
I'm
should
gonna
we?
Kiss your fucking ass like Rachel did when she was
You
shitting
gonna
on
shut
you
up
on fucking
and
Facebook.
let me speak?
I'm not done talking, so maybe wait your fucking turn. Go ahead.
I started this conversation. I wanted to interject. I wanted to ask a question. You're cutting me off.
No,
be fucking polite, okay?
Go ahead.
Okay, so why should we, all of us men here, and all the people watching, believe what you're saying? When I've met you one time, you were telling lies about Justin. You were telling lies about me, claiming I was sleeping with a child, claiming I was taking advantage of an undereducated woman. My wife speaks 4 languages.
That's called
You're
lying. You're lying.
Oh yeah, not right?
Screenshot
taking
that
advantage
shit.
of
Justin. That is a bullface lie, and that's pathetic.
You steal from people and you tell lies about
from people.
we're supposed
You
to
want
believe
me
them.
to tell you the story about how I met Justin Padini? How would you even know if I was lying or not? And you've never fucking met me once, motherfucker. You hopped
Because
on
we
there
called
and
you
you
on your
fucking ran
lies
your
and you
mouth
started
telling people
telling
that
lies
you
about
thought I
other
was
people.
better off dead. I don't know who the fuck you are, Jim Bob. I don't know
We
you
called
from
you on
fucking
your lies
nobody.
and you
But
started
you're a
telling
fucking
lies about
liar. And what I said, if you'll shut the fuck up, what I said is that the girl you have on there, because you chimed in with like, oh, you have to get a passport to get a decent woman and blah, blah, blah. And I looked at your page and what I saw was a very young girl from Asia with very like, she's throwing peace signs and stuff like that. It just gave me a very like adolescent like vibe from it. And honestly, I can't remember the last time I just clicked on a profile and got so fucking creeped out. I'm talking goosebumps, fucking weird, stranger fucking danger, buddy. So I did not insult her. In fact, if you're even allow her fucking communication, if she needs help, tell her to hop on next time with a purple shirt and blink fucking twice, and someone will come fucking find her because you creep me the fuck out, dude. And as for you want to hear my fucking, I asked Justin Padini to come on here so I can fucking talk to him face to face. But I guess he doesn't have the spine. I can tell you the story of how I met Justin fucking Padini, and it wasn't me.
I don't want to hear your stories because
money. I
you
posted
tell
those
lies.
screenshots. I wouldn't even respond to this fucking guy. And what he would do is he'd send me $50 or whatever the fuck it was at a time on fucking PayPal, not because I fucking asked for it, but because it's solicit a response from me. Because him and other people like him, and probably like you, like to prey on women in tough situations to try to fucking manipulate them and love bomb them and get the reaction in which you fucking think you deserve by throwing fucking money at them. So you know what? I see through your shit, and just fucking watch your fucking mouth. Don't act like we fucking met or you know shit about me or fucking Justin. You're a fucking keyboard warrior, okay? And don't keep my fucking kids' names out of your fucking mouth. What the fuck is wrong with you? Who the fuck?
All I know about you is that you're a liar. You tell lies
I
about
think your kids
strangers.
would be better off if you fucking dead. Where do you fucking go outside and take a walk barefoot or something? Because you sound like a fucking retard. Okay, that's the reality of it. Okay, you sound fucking ridiculous. But yeah,
John Bob is an advocate for
what I
grounding.
said about your wife was that girl looks like she might need some fucking help. Like somebody went and preyed on her because she's in a fucking situation in which she will, dude. I think I know what fucking triggered you, because what I was talking about was covert narcissism and the shit that they fucking do to get their fucking prey. And you just chimed in there with like, oh, I belong in a cell and my kids would be better off with me fucking dead. Go fuck yourself in the face with a fucking hammer, motherfucker, with your fucking 90 pounds. Watch your goddamn mouth. What the fuck?
You ever hear that single mom song?
Justin Padini will hop on here so I can say it to his fucking face too.
Yeah,
what
okay, yeah, say it to my face. So I like to pay women for sex.
Oh yes, Justin.
Yeah.
Hey Justin, how you doing, brother?
Yeah, turn the light on. Turn the fucking light on. Hey Justin, how's it going? So tell me about how I lured you out to fucking Colorado. I'll tell you what.
Sure, no problem. I'll tell you all about it.
Hey, shut up, let him talk.
So when I talk, you're gonna shut the fuck up while I'm speaking. Deal?
Why are you so angry? First of all, what are you so mad about?
I'm fucking mad about fucking liars. I tell you what, I've had it up to fucking here with the covert narcissistic bullshit. I am generally not so fucking unhinged.
What exactly narcissistic stuff did I do?
Life in which you fucking probably can't even begin to fucking comprehend, but I have fucking had it. I have fucking had it with you fucking white knight, fake, covert narcissistic. So I'm gonna let you talk, and I'm gonna compose myself a little bit because I'm a little fucking irritated. Because you know what? I am going through health problems, and I am looking at a situation where my kids may grow up without me fucking here. Jim Bob.
Stop eating corpses and you won't have health
You look like you
problems,
died
you
yesterday.
idiot.
Shut the fuck up. Okay, Justin, it's your turn, and then I'll shut the fuck up, and then I'll speak afterwards. You tell me how you fucking met me and your interpretation of what fucking happened. I want to fucking hear it. Where'd he go?
You kept rambling. He got sick of listening to you, bitch.
I think I'm fucking
You kept
articulating my
cutting
thoughts
off.
pretty fucking well in the fucking hour you have on my fucking attention. I want to hear it, Justin.
So the word creep is sexist.
You should show up
like driving. Something I actually did other than using sexist words like creepy.
You should.
How about that?
Creepy? Yeah, I think you're creepy.
Yeah. Give me an example of creepy. rather than just
Creep me the
using a
fuck out.
sexist
I
word
mean,
to
like, that's
belittle
what I
me.
said.
Give me an
think I
example of
looked at
something I
your
did.
profile, and I legitimately got creeped out, and I trust my instincts now, and you fucking creep me out a lot.
So wait, why are you mad, Tony? What are you mad about exactly? What did I do?
I want to hear. I've been asking you to unblock me. You've been running your fucking mouth.
When did you ask you to? When
This
did you
guy
ask to
here
unblock
thinks
me?
I'm better off dead, and my kids would be better off with me fucking dead. Because you have told him that I fucking robbed you.
I
And
never
fucking
told
took
anyone you
advantage
robbed.
of you.
When
So I'm
did
gonna
I say
shut
you
up, and
robbed
I'm
me?
gonna try to compose myself for a moment, and I'm gonna let you tell your side of the story, and then I will review. Is that better? Is that a little more ladylike for y'all? Is that okay? Go ahead.
Okay, so wait. First and
Here.
foremost, what are you angry at me about? And when did you ask to unblock me? You haven't contacted me since, or through anyone.
Tell me the story that you've been telling people. I want you to tell me how we met
Yeah,
and why
I'll
you
do
feel
that, but
wrong
I'll
by
do
me.
that. I'll
And
do that. Sure.
Okay, do that. Do that.
Okay, but first, before I do that, first off, when did you try to tell me to unblock you, and what are you angry about?
Numerous times on Facebook the last few days while you're talking shit on me after you fucking blocked me.
Well, how am I supposed to know if you're blocked?
Because I
didn't
told
see
your
any of
fucking
that.
friends to fucking tell you.
Who?
I don't fucking remember. I've got fucking a bunch of kids. I don't actually have time for this shit.
Well, okay, so we'll just say you are telling the truth. Okay,
No,
so
tell
nobody
me
told
the story in which you've been telling people. I want to hear the story of how we met.
Yeah, sure.
Tell
Okay.
me
Okay,
the
I'll tell you the
story
whole
of
thing
how
if you
we
want.
met,
Sure.
what happened, and how I took advantage of you.
Sure.
You told
Well,
me to
I actually, to be honest,
screenshots, and I did, and you panicked and blocked me and continued to talk shit.
I
don't
blocked.
care what y'all think of
See,
me.
you're
I
just
really
talking
don't.
over me.
I
You're
just want
asking
to
me
adhere to
questions and not
reality.
allowing me to answer.
Fucking tell me. I
Thank you, brother.
You keep talking
what
over
the
me.
fuck it is I want you to fucking say. What else can I fucking do for you? Tell me how we fucking met and
Hold
how I
on.
took advantage of you.
Tony, hold on one sec. Justin, you should pull over, dude.
Pull over.
You shouldn't
My
be
God, there's
driving,
people with
having this
kids in their fucking
conversation.
car.
I can't. I'm
Seriously?
busy.
There are kids in cars. Pull
You're
over.
always busy, Justin.
Yeah, that's right. I get busy.
Yeah.
That's why I do what I do. You know what I
What do
mean?
you do? What do you do for
Play
what do you do
video
for work,
games?
Justin?
What's that?
What do you do for work?
Well, I'm a stripper.
What are
Why?
you doing?
I'm a stripper. Why? You're a
Are you
prostitute,
really,
right? I'm
brother?
a stripper. There you go. Right? Exactly.
You're
So,
kidding. You're like a comedian or some shit, right?
yeah.
No, he sells
anyway,
weed. He sells weed. That's how he makes his money, right?
So
Justin?
what if he sells weed? I'm not hating
I don't
on
care
him.
about that. I'm saying shit don't
Well,
fucking
well,
add up.
Tony, let's just say that is true. Even if that
Trying
was
to put
true,
him
like,
on
I
the
don't
why
know
are you
what
trying
you
to
do.
like
I'm
try
just
to get
curious.
people
You're
in
busy
trouble?
working because when we met, you told Larry that the reason you weren't drinking is that it's because it's like I'm working, so I don't drink when I do these things. What did that mean?
But like, first off, why are we even talking about that? Like,
Why
what
are you
relevance does
deflecting
that
with
have?
other questions?
Like,
This is a common narcissist fucking
get?
abuse fucking
Are you trying
tactic.
to get
Just
somebody in
answer any of
trouble?
the questions because I don't have time for this shit. I mean,
Are you-
seriously,
That's what
are
I'm
you
I've
hearing.
got fucking
attempting to get
special
people-
needs kids.
Trying to
It's
drive
6:30.
me.
I've
to
got
get
30
people in trouble for
fucking
no
minutes
reason?
left of my time because I don't got fucking time for this
Are
shit.
you trying to get people in trouble for no reason though? Like, what does this have to
No,
do with
I'm
anything?
trying to address this so I can forget you exist because I'm so sick. I told you why I'm doing this. I told you. I
What?
am at a point in my life where I am at setting boundaries and I'm addressing all the narcissistic bullshit that I have been strung through because I'm not going to fucking do it anymore.
What narcissistic
I'm giving
bullshit
you
am I
the
putting
opportunity
you
to
through,
tell
though?
the
What did I
truth
put
in
you
which
through?
you've been telling people, supposedly. Tell me and the world how we met and how I took advantage of you.
Well, we first met when I went down to Arizona. Colorado, but we were in touch for years before that. Like, for example, the first time I contacted you was you were selling painting. I added you like a year.
Yes, that was the
before.
only time I remembered. Okay.
Well, it was a few times after that. But anyway, I guess I've always meant nothing to you, which is nice. But regardless, anyway, so you were complaining about you didn't have any money for paintings. So I figured, like, let me help you out. So I bought some paintings. You didn't even send them to me. I had to remind you like 2 months later. I still have them, actually.
Post the screenshots because it was a weird time. I don't remember that.
Well, yeah, you're probably just gonna say you don't remember any of this or whatever.
No, I'm not. I'm. This is embarrassing, but I'm addressing it head on with a sign. So do the same.
So after that, about a month or two later, you were complaining, something about a waitressing gig. You needed money for your kids. So I tried to help you
I
out
never
again.
asked you for fucking money. I never fucking asked.
Well,
no, dude.
You have, but only a few times. You never really usually asked me like that.
So
I didn't say specifically you. You made a post. It's still on your page about you getting a waitressing gig and you needed money and you were something about money for your kids. So I helped you again. Do you remember that or no?
not. No,
Justin,
not
you're kind of well
particularly.
known for helping people
Helping
with money.
people,
you know?
yeah, people that are popular, you think,
am I
and
trying
throwing
to get
money
sex
at
from all
them
the
and
people
buying
I'm
them
helping?
shit to
Am I
like
trying to
lower
get
their
sex from all
guard
the
and
people I'm helping?
what? What's
Am
your
I trying to get
motivation
sex
for
from
that?
all
Are
the
you just a
people
really
I'm
good
helping?
guy?
Am I trying to get sex from all the people I'm helping, or was it just you that I
don't
was
know,
trying to do all
Justin.
the stuff to?
Sometimes I don't know anything about you. I don't
No,
know.
it's weird. Nobody really knows.
Remember, you're gay on the internet. Remember,
Right, I am gay on the internet,
how am I
sure.
supposed to know?
Sure. But
Just
anyway,
help me
okay.
understand.
got
Maybe
that
I'm
one coming,
unhinged.
brother.
I'm just a crazy woman. Just help me fucking understand because you know
I want to know why you're angry with me at all, or like
I
why
just
you have
told
any
you.
disdain
I
towards me
just told you
whatsoever.
about 4 times why I'm fucking angry with people right now.
No, but me specifically, because I've never been
Because
anything
you're
but nice
a
to you.
male that tried helping her, and
Oh
she got
yeah,
took
that's it. Give me
advantage of
Bob.
you and was
Okay.
called out for
Well,
it.
okay. Yeah, whatever, guy. You fucking weirdo.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Justin.
Hey, how about you tell us about your medical degree, Mrs. I use the word narcissist. You probably don't even know
Medical
what
degree.
it
I think
fucking
narcissist is an
means.
overused term, but there are like
Yeah,
everybody's got a
Tony, you
sense
really
of
think
fucking
I'm a
narcissist
narcissist?
to him.
Tony,
But like a sense of narcissism. Here we go.
you really think I'm a
Shut the fuck
narcissist?
up, you 80-pound fuck. Let Justin talk. You're so fucking boring. What were you saying?
You really think I'm a
What's
narcissist,
my
Tony?
weight have
I
to
don't
do
know.
with it?
Stop
you
talking, please. What
fucking
were you saying, Justin?
misandrous?
You
What's
really
my
think I'm a
weight have to
narcissist,
do
Tony?
with
Hold on,
it,
Bob. Hold on,
I
misandrous?
said you look about
Bob,
80
Bob.
pounds and like you died yesterday.
What does my weight have to do with it,
I said you
misandrous?
look
Calm down,
about
Justin.
80
Calm down,
pounds
come on.
and you fucking look like you died yesterday. That's all I said.
You look
I'm
like
really
a
not
single
trying to
mom.
talk to you. I know what you are.
You look like a single mom.
Ooh,
They wrote a song about you, bro.
oh, yeah, that's a fucking good one, Jim Bob. Shut the fuck up. Just
Oh, are you angry? Does the truth bother
So,
you?
Tony, you think I'm a narcissist?
Dude.
Why?
I don't fucking care what you're saying. Why are you still talking?
All right, John Bob, let me talk
Yes,
to it.
Justin.
So,
Because
you
No,
think
it's
I'm a
you're
pissing
talking
you
to
off.
me,
Hold on, John
Justin.
Bob.
Can
Hold
you
on.
tell me?
I want to
You
know,
have
why
been
do you think I'm a
going around
narcissist?
telling people about. I don't have time for that. I don't got 4.5 hours.
Tony,
to
Tony,
fucking
okay,
listen to
hold on,
myself
stop for a second. Let me talk.
and fucking kiss your asses.
Can I talk?
No,
Can I
I'm a
talk?
consistent fucking person, and I
Can I
don't
talk?
care if that makes me seem like a cunt anymore. I'm
Can I talk?
establishing boundaries, and I'm finding myself again. So I'm giving you the opportunity to explain to me how I fucking did you wrong, and I fucking took advantage of
Are
it.
you ever going to
Go
let
ahead,
me
because
talk?
I'll tell
Are
you
you
what
ever gonna
my
let me talk?
experience from meeting you.
You keep talking about letting me talk, but not actually letting
Okay,
me talk.
you're right. Okay, I'm.
I know.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so anyway, what's it called? First and foremost, the only people I ever said anything to I never said anything bad about you ever until the other day. Ask Janelle. I messaged her a long time ago, and I would ask questions and stuff because I was always into you, but you just kind of just wrote me off like an asshole. So anyway, what had happened was, hold on, what the fuck was this woman? Oh yeah, so when on the post with Rachel Sunshine or whatever, when you commented, I didn't even insult you. I actually, if anything, complimented you by saying that you had me fly out there, and now if I ever message you, you leave me on red. That's a compliment, not an insult. It means that I'm looking to talk to you, and anytime I message you, you leave me on red. So, and then you proceeded to tell me that I paid. I have the screenshots. I tried to pay you for sex, this and that, which is completely untrue. What's that?
I did not.
Tony, I have the screenshot right here.
Okay, send them to me. Post them because I got screenshots to share after this.
It's literally.
That's not what I said.
Yes, it is. It's actually word for word what you said.
I read it.
How much did you pay me
I
for
read
sex?
it. Absolutely, it's true.
That's not what I said. You're fucking retarded though, so what you say doesn't matter.
Okay, it is. I mean, you said more than that.
That's what it was. That's what you were telling people that you had slept with me. The only thing that happened between you and me is when you licked my face in that roller coaster queen.
I've never said that to anyone. Who said that?
You licked my face, dude.
Who said that? Who said that? I never told anyone I slept with you. In fact, I always said no, I didn't.
Okay, I don't know what
so
this
who
is.
said that? Be specific. Who said that? Who said it? Be
like
specific.
weed. I wish I still smoked weed. It seems like a good idea, but it's not. It
Why are you
doesn't
changing the
help
subject?
anxiety.
Who did I tell you that? Who I said that I fucked?
Okay, can we just stick to like to explain to
It's
tell
the
the
same
class
subject. It's
your
the same
experience in meeting me, and then articulate how it is that I took advantage of you and robbed you in a way that let
But
fucking
I
Jim
never
Bob
said. But I
here
never said
feel
that you did.
entitled
But
to tell
Tony, I
me that
never
I
said
was
that you
better
did
off
that.
dead, belonged
But
in a
Tony, I
cell, and
never
my
said
kids
you
were
did
better
that.
off orphaned. And you
But
liked those comments.
But
I would
Tony, I never
screenshot
said.
them, but you blocked me as soon as I posted the screenshots in which you fucking requested because it looked kind of fucking bad. You remember
What looked bad? Me? What? Yeah. Show them what? Me trying to make you
I
jealous
already
with other
did,
girls
and
because
that's
I
why
want
you
you?
blocked me. I mean,
Because
I
I
can
wanted
if
you?
you want, but
Yeah,
it's
I
kind of
fucking
fucking
blocked you.
embarrassing.
Yeah,
I
I
told you
blocked
you
you
didn't
because
want me to post them. It's fucking embarrassing.
yeah, I fucking
You're
blocked
degrading other
you
women,
because you fucking
and it's a whole bunch
what?
of fucking messages for like a year in which I'm not replying to, and then that is why you would send me money because you knew I was in a bad spot. And you were soliciting
Actually, I
some
haven't
kind of
sent you any
conversation in
money.
which
I
I
haven't
was
sent
not
you any
willing to
money in
voluntarily
years.
engage in, but I'm not a piece of shit. And this guy's sending me money. So, like, what do? I have to say thank you, right?
Actually, I
Is
haven't
that
sent
what
you
that
money in
was?
years. I
Why
haven't
else
sent
would
you
you
money
do
in
that?
years.
Why else
And
would
those
you do
three,
that and be
those
like, hey,
three,
check your PayPal?
Tony, you're mixing up. That was years ago.
What am I mixing
what's-
up? Please explain to me. I'm just a dumb
yeah,
girl. My brain
absolutely.
is
That's
smaller. My
absolutely
brain is
that's what I'm
smaller.
doing. If you let
Explain
me
to me
talk
what
and not
happened.
talk
I
over
can't
me,
remember.
are you going to keep talking over me? Okay.
No, go
So
ahead.
Okay, so yeah, first you're mixing up stories. I haven't sent you any money in years. The screenshots you're talking about, I sent you like 8 months ago or something, and it was actually me just showing you other girls that I'm talking to in order to make you jealous, which again is a compliment. It's me saying, hey, I literally could
It's
show you where I was just like,
manipulative.
I'll get
It's
these
fucking,
girls for you
it's
in a second.
manipulative. I mean, it didn't work, and it's not going to make me jealous.
What am I trying to manipulate you for? To hang out?
Kind of schmuck.
What
I can't
am I
believe
trying
you're
to? What
sending
ends
these
of
private pictures of these girls to me, thinking that would make me feel good. What kind of piece of shit do you obviously think I'm a piece of shit? You think that would make me feel jealous or make me feel inclined to give you the emotional response in which you're trying
I thought what it would do.
by
I thought
throwing
what it would
feds over
do.
thirds at me?
Okay, would you let me talk?
Pictures of these fucking girls and promiscuous whatever poses that you paid for. I don't know how you fucking got them.
I paid for
You
them.
know what?
You
That's
think I'm
not
paying for
to
these
make me
girls?
jealous.
You think
That's
I
going
need to
to
pay for
insult
sex?
me because you know what kind
You
of
many
person
girls
does
I
that
fucking
shit?
get?
Not a fucking good one.
Was that?
I don't know.
Okay,
dude.
so anyway, guys, just so you know, under the photographs that I'm sending her of these other girls that I'm talking to, I would actually say things like, "I'll get any of these girls for you in a moment." So that's a compliment that you're trying. And what are these manipulative ends that I'm trying? What am I trying to manipulate you for? To take care of you and your kids?
I'm trying
what
so
a
hard
narcissist I am,
right now
huh?
because
You should
I'm
be
afraid of the
grateful.
pussy. But Jesus Christ, guys, I don't really know how. I may be mildly tipsy, but I'm at a loss. I'm at a fucking loss. It's like, please explain to me the reaction in which you felt entitled to by sending me these things and sending me $40, $50 fucking dollars at a time on PayPal. What was I supposed to do? Do you want to tell the story about when we actually met and how that fucking happened?
If you want
to do that. Let's do that.
Sure.
I want to hear from your perspective how that fucking went first, and I'll sit here and be quiet, and I'll let you fucking lie, whatever the fuck.
Well, okay, I'll do that. But first, before I want you to answer, what was I trying to manipulate you for exactly?
You're not responding to any of my questions. What you're doing is a manipulation tactic that is common in fucking. Never mind. Tell me.
Yeah, I want
to
my
hear
answer
your
first
experience, so I can explain myself afterwards. What your experience was meeting me. I want to hear how I disrespected you, and I want to hear about why you feel taken advantage of. And then I want to hear about the time you sent those workers in after me in the bathroom when I was hiding because I was so fucking scared.
Well, you're disrespecting me. Well, okay,
I'm telling you the truth.
Right now.
And you know what? That's
okay. Well, I just want to know. I want to know
what they can't fucking give it out.
You see,
and I don't care if you like what I have to say because I'm telling you the fucking truth. And I don't care if you're man enough to hear it.
The manipulation tactic. Okay. So my question for you,
this is the worst gaslighting I've ever heard in like fucking 12 hours.
What do you think I was trying to manipulate you for, though?
Insulting.
But what do you think I was trying to manipulate you for, Tony?
What was I trying to manipulate
you for, though?
What do you think I was trying to manipulate you for, though? What do you think my end goal was?
Trying to solicit a reaction instead of a response because I'm trying to.
That's everything everyone does all the time. That's what everything is.
I've had it fucking up to fucking here. So I'm going to shut up, and I want you, instead of asking questions, I want you to tell us all the experience
Well, I
which
just
we
want my
had when
question
you
answered
showed up
first.
in Colorado on your own
But I
accord,
want
by
my
the way.
question
I did
answered
not
first.
beg you to go to Colorado. I thought it was weird as fuck.
I never said that
okay?
you begged,
But I
though.
still
I
met
didn't.
up with you.
You
I
begged
still
me?
went
What
out
are you
with you, and I
talking
was
about?
very respectful.
Well, but
So tell us
first,
that
why do you
story.
hold on? What do you think my end goal
Stop
was?
asking me
What
questions
do
and
you
tell me
think
the
my goal
story,
was?
Justin,
To
because
use
you
and
sound
abuse
like a
you?
fucking
Do you
liar.
think I was trying to use and abuse you? Do you think I was
Stop
trying to
asking
hurt
me
you with kids?
questions and soliciting a
No, because
reaction
you don't have an
instead of a
answer.
response.
You
I
don't have
want
an
to
answer
hear
because you know
the
that you're lying.
experience we
That's
had
the whole
in
point, and that's when
Colorado
people were talking to
that
me
left you
because you don't
feeling
actually
so
want to tell the
degraded.
truth of the
I want
matter.
to hear it.
So be specific. What do you think my goal was? Do you think
You
I
were
had bad
asking
intentions?
questions
If so, what
as
do you
a
think they are?
manipulation tactic to diffuse.
Yeah,
It's
for
really
what? What
obvious
was
for
I trying to
anybody with
manipulate you for?
55
What
brain
ends?
cells to see what you're doing right now.
What do you
again.
think? What
Tell
was
us.
the goal?
I
What was
want
my end
to
goal? Was I
hear
trying to fuck you and
from
leave?
your
Was
experience
I trying to fuck you and that's why I
what
was sending you money
happened
for your
when
kids
you
4
showed
years
up in
before that?
Colorado. What happened?
Yeah, but I just want you to. I'll talk
What did
about
we
all that.
do in
But first,
Colorado,
what I
Justin?
want to know what you think my intentions were.
What did
What
we
were
do
they?
in
How was I trying to
Colorado? I don't owe
manipulate you?
you
I want to
shit.
know.
I
That's
don't
really
owe you
important,
shit.
isn't it?
I want to hear what we did in Colorado.
Yeah, I know that. But first, I want you to explain why you
No,
think I had bad
that's not how
manipulative
this is
intentions.
working. I'm telling you that you have 20 more minutes of my 15 more minutes of my fucking time. Okay?
Well, you have about
I'm
5
setting
more minutes
boundaries
before
for
I go.
myself. I don't
I
care
go
if
hang out
I
with my
seem
new
like the
model
biggest
girlfriend.
bitch on
But
this
you know,
fucking planet right now. I am getting
what's that?
myself back. I am getting
Yeah,
myself
you don't
back,
have
and I
an
don't care
answer. That's
what
what
that
it is.
fucking means
Now
to
you're
anybody.
threatening to
I don't care
leave
if Jim
because you
Bob
can't
or
actually
fucking anybody.
answer
I
the
don't care what
question.
none of y'all fucking think of me. This is what I'm asking, and if you can't even fucking tell us this,
Oh
instead
no,
of
I can talk all about it. But first, you made accusations. You insulted me.
then it's
You claimed that I was trying to manipulate you and do all these
everybody
terrible
else's
things to you.
intelligence
So
on this
I just want to know what it is
stream,
that you think
and
I
I
was
don't
trying
have
to manipulate you
time for
for.
it. I got
Be
6
specific.
beautiful kids back there to go
Yeah,
fucking
I know you
hang
keep
out with.
using the fact that you have a family to, like, you know, like a
I don't want
politician does
fucking be
to get
here
out of
right
trouble.
now. I'm
So I
telling
just
you,
want to
got
know
15 more
what
minutes
is
of
it that
my
why
time.
was I trying to manipulate you? What was my end goal, Tony? What do you think I was trying to do? Just bang you and leave you? Is that why I invited you to come to New York with all of your kids?
Guy, that's what you were
Okay,
going
well, what do you?
for. That's
Well, what do you think it was?
maybe that's what you thought. Maybe that's
What-
why you feel a little
Hey guys,
shafted. But no,
What do you think it was?
tell us
What do
how
you
many
think
dads?
though?
when you went to
I
Colorado.
want to hear in
can
your
tell
words.
the
What do
story.
you think it was though? Why do you think I was
I
trying to
am not
manipulate
giving
you?
you a reaction or a response. I'm
Yeah,
asking
because you don't
to
have
tell
one
the
because
story,
you're
because
lying.
you're
That's
telling me
why.
stories.
You don't
so
have an
fucking
actual
Bob
answer.
here thinks I'm better off dead and my kids are better off fucking
Yeah,
orphaned.
you're
guys.
changing the
So grow
subject
up
again.
guys.
There
and
you go. You're
pair of
changing the
balls.
Let me
subject. Oh, I
interject.
have to go. I have
Your
kids to
balls
pay
to me,
attention to
Justin.
because I can't
Try
answer what
again.
Justin's
What
actually
happened
answering.
6 kids.
when you went
So
to
why don't you?
How
Colorado?
many
Why do you
dads?
think? Okay, why do you think I was trying to manipulate you? For what ends?
I just fucking told you like 14 fucking times.
No, you didn't. You kept
You want
changing
me to
the
make
subject. and talking.
flashcards? I left all the crayons in the fucking hotel room.
Okay, well, I have my art pencils. You want to use those?
No, I want you to fucking say what the fuck I just asked 14 times. It's not fucking rocket science. And instead, you're just
Well,
insulting everybody's
Okay,
intelligence.
so very clearly, I'll shut up. Very
Pathetic
clear
fucking
now.
excuse for gaslighting.
But
I've ever
very
fucking
clearly
heard in
now.
like 24 hours.
Okay, for everyone right now, very clearly.
God.
Why do you think I was
Why
trying
am
to
I
manipulate?
flustered? I wasn't gonna get flustered. It's this because I'm doing legal drugs right now. That's my biggest fucking flaw, I guess, at this point.
Right,
I
change
don't even
the
care.
subject again.
I don't care
So
if you
why
guys think I'm
was
the
I
biggest
trying to
fucking
manipulate you,
this
Tony?
side
What
of
do you think I was trying to do that was so
Okay.
harmful?
All
What
I
do you think
have
it was?
is my reality. And you know what? I'm a lot of fucking things. I'm not perfect. I'm not saying, but I am not a fucking liar. Because I tell you what, if I was a sociopath or a fucking liar, one, I wouldn't be as fucking boring as rainbow fucking sunshine. And two, I wouldn't be so fucking in this pathetic fucking situation.
So
So
what are
try
you guys
again.
Why
arguing
do you
about?
think I was trying to manipulate you,
What did
Tony?
we do in Colorado?
What do you think I was trying to
Why do you
manipulate
keep
you for?
asking questions instead of
Well,
responding?
I'll talk
Because
all
you're a
about it. I just
manipulative
want to.
fuck
I
and
want to
it's
know.
all for
You
your shit, and
insulted
that's
me.
why it didn't fucking work.
You insulted me, saying that you think I had bad intentions. I was trying to manipulate you. So what were they? What do you think they were? See how she can't answer, guys? Because she knows she's lying. That's
Just
why.
fucking
She
answer.
knows I don't
So
have
many
bad
fucking
intentions.
times.
I'm a fucking.
You're the
I've
one
fucked
that's
5
answering.
girls my
But
whole
this is
life.
what
Okay,
this is
I've
what
never
narcissists
stolen
do.
anything.
They want you to
I've
get
never stolen anything in my
They
life.
want a
I don't lie
reaction.
unless my
They want to
freedom.
gaslight. They want you defending yourself when they can't even answer a fucking simple question. I'm asking
Neither can you.
to elaborate
you
about
claimed I was
our
trying to
experience
manipulate you.
that
Why
was
do you think?
Colorado,
For
in
what
which I
ends?
was very respectful you.
Why do you think I was trying to manipulate you, Tony? You
Because
can't
you're a
answer.
manipulative.
Why?
Can I see through your
Why?
shit? I just said it. Okay, can you tell your story now? God
No,
damn,
I didn't. Wait,
talking about
how?
fucking
Well, okay,
wall.
say it one more time. Why was I
I
trying
could
to
have a
catch
better
that?
conversation with this bush over here, guy. Like, just
Well, no,
fucking try
but
to
first,
fucking.
I want to talk about this because you
I
insulted me.
don't fucking care what you want to fucking do.
I know. I noticed you
Justin.
don't care about me.
Fucking
You haven't
care.
cared
You
about
got
me the last
15 more
14 years,
minutes
no
of my
matter what the
time.
fuck I've
You want
done.
to go
No
around
matter
acting
what
like
I've
a
done, you don't give a
crybaby
fuck.
bitch
And
making
it's
up fucking
insulting.
stories,
the truth
and you
comes
can't
out.
even answer a fucking
I didn't make
question.
up any stories. I never even
I
said that
don't
you
owe
took
you
advantage of me.
shit,
I said
guy.
it
I don't
seems like
fucking
that to John
care.
Bob. I never
That's the
told. I
fucking
never said to
problem.
anyone
No
that you
matter
I
how
said
manipulated
it.
me.
fucking
I
low
said
I
it
got.
I
seems
said
like
it.
that
Now
to
what?
John Bob.
Ugh.
That's what I
I
said.
said it. I
Well,
said you
listen,
took advantage
Yeah,
of him.
exactly. John Bob said
So
that, and I
see,
just said
well,
it seems
tell
like
me
it.
about how I
and then
took
Giving you
Christian
time,
jumped
the
on the
opportunity,
bandwagon
What do
too,
you
the
know,
because you
opportunity
did.
to
Bob, about
explain
our
yourself,
fucking
and you didn't.
situation? I'm real fucking curious because I've never seen you before in my fucking life.
As you were claiming he was trying to use you for sex and then denied that
That's
tonight.
not
You're a
quite
liar.
how I fucking worded
Right.
it. I said I
She
did
is
not
a
feel
liar, yeah.
obligated to give you an emotional or sexual response in which you were soliciting by throwing money at someone you saw that
But
was in
I
a
never
bad
said that you did,
situation.
Tony. I never
That's
said
what I
that you
fucking
did.
said. I articulate
never-
myself quite fucking well.
But I never
Okay,
said that you did,
so
though.
don't
That
fucking
was an
read
assumption
that.
on
I don't
your
fucking
part.
care, dude. Oh my god, this is so
Hey,
fucking
Tony,
ridiculous. Well, I
you
can I have
just
my
held
life
up the
back? Can I have
bottle.
my life back right now because I'm over here drinking fucking
Tony,
Stellas.
you
Just
held up
plain
the
and
bottle
fucking.
and you
Why
said
are
your
you
biggest
talking
problem
instead
is
of
the
Justin?
fact
I
that
don't
you
give a
drink.
fuck about you, you disrespectful
I
fuck. You
Yeah,
think
you don't give
your
a fuck
biggest
about me
problem
either. That's
is
the
that
whole
you have
fucking
6
problem, Tony.
kids
Johnny
Like,
and
no
you're a
matter what the
single
fuck
mom.
I do, you just
myself.
don't
Justin,
care. No
what
matter what
the
the
fuck
fuck I
One at a
do,
did
time.
you
you
do
don't
in
fucking
One at a
Colorado?
care.
time.
Not anything I fucking do. She don't fucking care. And now you're gonna twist it around on me like I
I
was
was
trying to do
honest
something.
with you.
What
I
was I
did
trying
not lead you on, and I know you can't fucking wrap your head around it.
Oh,
but that is fucking
bullshit.
respect.
I have the
That's
video
respect
saved
that
of
you
you
don't give
flirting with me
me
on my
because you're a
fucking
fucking liar. Okay,
Justin
I could have fucking
Padini's a
led you
liar?
on.
Are you really trying to say that
Dude,
Justin
I'm in a
Padini's
fucking
a liar?
hotel.
Me? I'm the
fucking
most
next to a
honest
goddamn
motherfucker on the
court. This is
planet. Are
embarrassing.
you
Can I
kidding
just
me?
move on with
Yo,
my
yo,
life? I
I'll
don't even
run
care
through.
anymore. You can just
Hey
tell us
guys,
I'm a
I
hooker. I
want
don't
to
care
ask
what
Justin
y'all
a question.
for. Can you just, if you can't even fucking answer the
Justin,
question, this is a waste of my time.
Justin, can I ask you a question, brother?
Yeah, go for
Can
it,
I
Joe.
interject? You guys are
Yeah,
fighting.
maybe
Let's
listen to him.
ask some actual questions. Justin,
Yeah,
when you went and flew out there, right?
yeah,
Did she lead you on, make you feel welcome? Did she
absolutely.
make you feel like it'd be okay
I
to go
was
out there?
nice to him.
Absolutely. You think I would have gone out there without feeling that way? You think I would have taken a plane, rented a
I'm
hotel
so
rooms
sorry
for
for being
multiple
nice
days?
to you.
Just on a whim? You think I would do that? You think I'm that type of
I
guy?
don't think
I
anybody
don't
in
know
their
what
right
the fuck
mind
your
would.
deal
I
is,
still
guy.
think
I
it's
have
a
no
fair
Yeah,
question.
I'm in a white now.
It's
Still pretty,
bizarre.
huh?
Hold on. Tony, you were with Larry at that time, right?
Well,
I
she
was
told
out.
me
I
she
was
was staying
staying
with a
with him
family. She
and
made no mention
Julie.
of Larry. You
Julie
think I
was
would have
actually
went
my
down there
friend.
if
Yeah.
I
I'm
were
like,
Larry?
you know,
You
and
think
then
I
they
would have
broke
went
up.
down
It's
there
a
if
long
you
Justin,
were
you
Larry?
knew she had a dude when you went out
I
there.
brought
No,
Larry
no,
with
no,
me
I did not.
everywhere
She
I
told
went
me
with
she was
this guy
staying with a
because he
family.
creeped me out so fucking much. He took us all out on a date to the fucking amusement park.
Yeah, I
Oh
remember.
yeah,
Justin told me
I'm
about the
super
amusement
creepy.
park
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
So he
I
thought he was
actually
gonna
have to
get
go.
That's a li-
I have to
that's
go.
kind of awkward, Justin. Like you
It's a little
have to
fucking
kind of know
awkward.
if
And then
there
he
was this
licked my
dude
face.
there that
He
like.
licked my fucking
Yo,
face.
Jeff,
I
do you
did
really
not
think I
lead
went
him
out there
on.
if she
I
had a
could
dude?
not in any
You
way,
think I
shape,
went
or
out there if
form
she had a
lead him
dude?
to
You think I
believe
would have done that?
that I wanted
You really
to
believe
sleep
that?
Recall
with
you
this man.
telling me
In
that you
your
knew
heart,
she
you
had
really
a
believe
dude
I
when
would
you
have went
went
out
out
there if she had a
there.
man? I would have flown across the country. You
No,
believe that?
exactly. You just
I
fucking
do
told
because
on
I think you
yourself
have the
by saying
confidence
you
that you
had.
think that you'd be able to take her away from him. So
You think I'm the
yes,
type
I
of
do
person to
think
do
you
that?
would do that.
Do you think I'm the type of person that would do something like that? Are there any other examples
I
of
don't
was.
know,
We
doing
were like
something
Justin.
he
like
You're
was
that?
my
pretty good
friend at
Because
that
it
point.
sounds like
At that
Tony
point,
did that
Larry and I
to
were
Larry's
friends.
wife. But is there any evidence of me doing something like that? Is there?
No, but thanks for
Because there
elaborating
is
on the
evidence of
fact
you
that
doing something like that.
you went
So I
out
can
there
flip that
thinking
around on
you
you.
could
I'm not the
manipulate
guy to debate.
me.
I don't know if you
Hold on,
guys
Tony.
notice. It's not going to go your way, okay?
You kind of suck
Oh,
at
wait, can we
debating,
just
but you
adhere
got
to reality?
friends
Why
here.
is this so hard
I mean,
to do?
she's a liar.
Hold on,
He's
Bob.
definitely lying.
John
And
Bob.
so's Jeff. He's
I'm a
just trying to
liar.
make-
Okay,
she
post this
told me
picture
We've
on
caught you
Instagram.
lying.
I thought I was
Fuck,
gonna
Why
bring
should
it
we
back to
take you
you.
serious
I
when
actually
we've
asked
caught
her
you
if she
lying?
wanted to
Hold
come
on, John
first.
Bob, quiet.
Didn't have an
Shut the
ID.
fuck up.
So I said, what if I fly out there? And she said, hell yeah, come on. And then she started being all flirtatious and shit. Anyway, I have to call my new girlfriend and find out,
Oh,
what she
sir.
wants for food because the place is closed. So I might jump back in, I might not. But anyway, the fact of the matter is, I still want to know, Tony.
I was
what-
blacked out drunk, probably close a few times, and I still couldn't bring myself to be fucking flirtatious with you, guy. Okay, I was nice because you showed up. I thought it was weird. Okay, I drunk called you. No, you called. I was day drinking with Julie, who was my friend. And I just got into Colorado. I'm like, yeah, Colorado's great. Weed's legal. You should come see this fucking place. I did not say, hey, Justin, come out here. I want to
Really,
jump on that
Tony,
fucking
Tony,
thing.
because I still
and
have
let's just
Tony,
ride around town with
Tony,
Larry
I still
fucking
have the
Smart. That
screenshot
did
of me
not fucking
specifically
happen.
saying
If
I
I
have it
like
saved on my
somebody-
cloud. I'll show this to you. I have a specific screenshot before I went
Please,
out there.
I've
I
been
said,
asking
yeah, she
for
doesn't
you
want me
to
to
do
talk.
that
She don't
because-
want me to talk. She don't want me to talk. I
No,
said,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
I
Answer
actually
me. Go
broke
ahead.
up with the girl I was with at the time for you. I said, hey,
What?
I said, hey,
That's
if I didn't
noble.
have a girlfriend, would you want to hang out? And you said, hell yeah. Which, what
No.
does that allude to?
No,
huh? I still have the
Justin.
screenshot. You want to see it? It's on my
Justin.
cloud. I still got it.
My dog don't even believe you.
I'll get it on my
That
cloud
is
in
the
a day
most
or two. I
ridiculous
still
shit
got
I've
it.
ever
You know
heard.
you're lying. Either way, I have to
I'm
date.
not lying.
Oh,
I
not
make
you.
them
Yeah,
off
you wouldn't do
unhinged.
that.
I'm a lot of fucking things, but a liar is not one of them. I'd be a lot more fucking successful. Okay? I don't know.
Oh,
You
yeah.
just admitted you invited him out to hang out with you.
I said, you
But
gotta
you
come see
fucking
Colorado.
completely
Never in a
wasted the
million
guy's
fucking
time.
years did I think this guy would hop on a fucking plane and show up. But he did. And I was like, oh, bless his fucking heart. He thinks he's a comedian. So, you know, and I met up with him. And it was so fucking
So
weird.
we should
The first
feel
night.
sorry for you when you
No, I don't
invited
care what
people
you
to hang out with
think.
you.
Okay, this isn't rocket science, Jim Bob. I'm not soliciting any kind of emotional reaction or pity from you by being what probably comes off like a fucking cunt. Okay, I really don't care what you fucking think. I don't. I don't know if you can tell, but I don't. That this is for me.
Yeah, you don't seem
not
to care
about what you think.
anyone. Like you
I
don't,
know
you
the
don't
truth.
care that I'm upset.
You're
like
all
at
full
all.
of shit.
You don't
And
care.
anybody with
That-
75 IQ points can fucking see through your shit. So
So-
I'm
so-
embarrassed because I'm a little tipsy and I seem unhinged and I'm
That
not
doesn't
all
hurt me
fucking
at all.
stoic or whatever. And I'm wasting
Tony.
my time doing this. But
Tony.
I'm not a
All-
fucking liar.
Tony, you don't care at all that I'm upset and that I'm hurt.
I
like,
don't-
you don't care.
Just tell us what happened before I do.
Well,
when
it's
you went
a
to Colorado.
long story. We can get to that.
You
I
want
mean,
me
I
to
got
tell a
plenty to
story
talk about.
from
If
my
you want.
Wait a minute. You've claimed the entire time he came out there for no reason, and now you admit you invited him, and then you claim you're not a liar? Come on, man.
Oh my God.
And now it's
So
on
I can
camera, which is what I was trying to avoid, but she brought me up. So, you know.
I did say, from my recollection, hey, Colorado's cool. Weed is legal. You should come out here. And he's like, I'll come out there. Will you hang out with me? Sure.
Remember-
Okay. I didn't say, hey, buddy,
you to
let's
New York?
fucking.
You
fucking do
remember
the
when I
thing
invited
or
you to
lead
New
me
York?
think anything else? I don't fucking have to. And I'm so fucking
Do you think I'm the type of guy that really needs to pay for sex and Larry Smart gets the girls
I
that I
wish
want? Really?
that I'm trying to not hate men at this point. It's like, and because I know.
Oh
that's-
yeah, blame men. It's all our
No,
fault
that's
that
what I'm
this is
saying. If
going
you shut
on,
the
right?
fuck
Yeah,
up, listen to me.
it's
I
all men,
recognize
of
that
course.
that's not fucking fair, and then all fucking like that. But honestly, you sound like a fucking retard with your fucking hormonal conflicts of interest and your poorly fucking articulated
Why are
and
you
executed
insulting? Why are you
gaslighting.
insulting
It's
the
fucking
insults? That's
ridiculous.
always
You
the sign of a
still have
losing
not
argument
been
anyway.
able to articulate your experience of meeting me in Colorado. I want to fucking hear about
Okay.
our experience in
How about-
Colorado and how I disrespected you and led you on. I'm still
All right,
fucking.
Tony, solid question. Justin, answer.
What?
You got to mediate.
Answer what?
Answer the question
She
without
just
another
asked.
question.
What question?
Literally, I could have a better fucking conversation with the trash can right here. Sorry, I don't find that sexually fucking attractive.
Trash cans?
Oh.
I mean, you're
Oh my
married to Larry, right?
It's ridiculous. What about Larry?
I said, well, you said you don't want to have a sexual relationship with a trash can, and I pointed out you were married to Larry. So.
Oh yeah, the fucking yeah, that was really good. That was a good
Not
one.
my best
That was a
work,
good
but
one,
you know,
Justin.
as you've seen,
Wow,
I have
that's-
much better than
Tell
that.
us what happened in Colorado.
Yeah, well, I'm talking about leading up to it. Like, so what you're
No,
story
you're
then
just
is
fucking
hold on,
pulling
hold on,
out
hold on.
fucking
Yours,
gaslighting.
wait. Let me
fucking
talk.
low
You've been talking the whole
fucking
time. Let me
effort,
talk. Can I talk?
manipulative fucking whatever.
Yeah,
the
okay. What am I trying to manipulate you for? You're calling me
Well,
manipulative.
we got
For
what is a
what are
hormonal
the
conflict
ends,
of
Tony
interest? It's
Bones?
whatever that leads men to fucking do this shit. Like God, I don't know. I don't fucking know. Like just I thought I'd be stoic and I just like hit these fucking bullet points and just say my piece and just fucking let it go. But I don't know. I really don't care what people think of me at this point. But yeah, no, sorry guys. I didn't fucking lead on Justin Bedini. I'm not sexually attracted to him. He did show up randomly in Colorado, which I thought was pretty intense and weird. And he was pretty intense and weird to the point where like I
So
had
random you
everywhere.
invited him.
I what?
So random. Completely random when you
What's
invited
random?
him, right?
I didn't. Colorado's cool. Weed's legal here.
You literally admitted
I
it.
didn't say
You
come fucking
invited him.
stay with me, Justin. Come fucking woo me. It's a fucking state. Okay, people can fucking travel wherever they fucking want. I barely remember the conversation because I had just started drinking. Excuse me
Big
for being
surprise,
nice to
you
people. I'll
drinking,
put
huh?
another fucking guy that thinks a woman fucking owes something to them because they fucking nice and treat him with respect and fucking humor the fact that he just spent all his fucking money to show up in Colorado for whatever fucking reason. And I still
Big surprise, you
he
drinking.
made me so uncomfortable. I had Larry go with me, but I was still nice to him and respectful. I hung out with him to the best of my ability, but it was weird. Okay. And at the end of it, he started packing up all my shit and tried to get me to go to fucking New York with him. It was fucking weird. I had to hide in a fucking bathroom. We had to take him he went to the airport and I was hiding in a bathroom, literally. And he was trying to.
What's weird is that you led him on and didn't tell him, dude, I'm not into you.
No,
I think you're
I'm pretty
creepy.
fucking blunt, Jim Bob.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty fucking blunt.
That's why you're hiding in a bathroom rather than using
licking
your
up my
words.
face. Who the fuck does that? And going like no, guy. I brought a fucking other man on all of our interactions. And what fucking reality does that lead anybody to believe that I want? Come on, guys. Come on. Like, I mean, I get you're not fucking.
I wasn't there. All I know is that you invited him across the country and let him on.
Where'd Justin go?
That's all I know. You don't invite people across the country to let them on and be surprised with them.
And yeah, when I come to Colorado, like I was not like trying to. I was so shocked that he said he's gonna be in like Colorado, whatever fucking day it was. Like I was like, holy shit! And I felt obligated, like I was supposed to fucking hang out with him. And then the love bombing, which is what it's called, when you start throwing money at fucking people and whatever. I had brought fucking Larry with me. Okay, this is fucking Jim Bob. Just like, come on, let's get this done. I don't care what you think, but I gotta get back to my kids. They're really destroying my fucking room, and I'm just so tired. I couldn't get him to respond or answer that question at all. I really don't care what Jim Bob thinks of me. No one was listening to talk. I think I confronted the I'm not a booker thing. I don't know. What you want to talk about? Anything else? Because that was the most pointless conversation I've had in a while. So I wanted to give him an opportunity to give his side, and I'm, because I was willing to be sorry if you like. Please, Justin, tell us what happened when I went to Colorado and how I took advantage of you.
First of all, how I'm attention story.
I can't hear you. You're breaking up, but it sounded like your response to my question was another fucking question, which I'm not doing anymore.
As to what my goal was that you have.
I don't know what your goal was. I mean, I do, but I didn't say that I knew what your goal was. I mean, I'm not.
Are we in Justin's pocket?
Probably. Was that
my
mic doing that shit earlier?
Yeah, you were buzzing. I muted you and it went away.
I was wondering what the hell that was. I saw you muted me and I saw you brought me back and it was gone, so I thought it was probably me. Oh, try it again.
Well, on any note, I don't get a lot of breaks, and I have enjoyed sitting out here for this almost sunset. So it was a little irritating, but how have you been, Jeff? I haven't talked to you in a while.
Pretty good. The buzz is back on. How weird.
I don't think it's me because I muted myself. It didn't go away.
Oh, weird. It jumped over to Braxton. The powers that be are trying to shut us down. Yeah, it's on Braxton's now.
Hey.
So yeah, I don't know if that went anywhere. That was weird.
No, I don't think that it did. I think that was
Justin seems very emotionally wrapped up. But I remember he told me all about this stuff.
Oh
And I
yeah.
was like, "Whoa, dude! Like she's having kids with another dude," and he was like, "I don't give a shit. That's my girl." And I was like, "Okay." So I don't know. But
I never want to
yeah,
have
what's up,
sex
Braxton?
again. I don't ever want to have sex again.
Oh no, it's buzzing again. Hop off and hop back on, maybe.
Me? Is this me?
No, it's Braxton now.
Hi, Braxton. He looks a little traumatized. He's
Yeah, he's
crazy bitch. That's okay.
oh, it was really race lever. So hold on.
What happened to you? You okay? There's
Yeah, it's still there,
Braxton.
Braxton.
How are you
I
doing,
thought it was
Braxton?
me.
How's your day going?
Yeah, we can't hear you at all.
Long time. But I don't even feel like I need to. That's all I got.
Still buzzing. Is it better?
So all we've confirmed is that Justin's a dipshit that flew out there. You invited him out. You're a liar. And we've argued for an hour to figure all this out. I'm out of here.
It
This
sounds
is
a
a
little bit
boring
like
show
you have
tonight.
gasoline for fun, and I'm not even going to respond with that with like any kind of serious.
I would say that both of them have a version of what went down, with the truth being somewhere between the two
Yeah, don't
versions
take
of
my
the
word
story,
for it.
which is most
look at the
situations in life.
screenshots or just any, I mean.
And so
I said the
it's
guy
probably
was an
not going to go
idiot.
anywhere, but at least you guys were able to fucking let off some
I
steam about
tried.
it.
I tried to give him an opportunity to tell his version of the story, and all he could. That was ridiculous. I mean, I acknowledge that I'm ridiculous just for sitting here right now, but I don't know. I don't know what to say.
What's up, Braxton?
Still trying to figure out the buzz.
No, it's gone.
Okay, good.
Dude, that's gone. That's way better,
You
brother.
might want to turn up your mic a little bit, though.
Okay.
Are you cold, honey? My dog's cold. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm gonna get him inside. He's got no
All right,
hair.
Tony.
There
Catch
is
you
one
later.
thing about this show, though, that I want to bring up.
Oh yeah. Please tell
You
us.
have a shit ton of health issues. Do you eat corpses? It might be related.
I'm not gonna talk diet with someone that looks like they died yesterday, with no fucking. I can't fucking stand you. You disrespectful
I'm
fuck.
perfectly healthy. You're the one with health issues.
Bad intentions. If I moved to New York to take care of you and your kids, so you could sit home and watch after them, those with my bad intentions, or was I gonna like rape you and run back to New York? Was that it?
I don't know.
I'm just looking for a little consistency, which you said you had. So being,
I don't know
you're
what
telling me
people
that
are
I was
capable
trying
of.
to manipulate you. That means I had nefarious intentions. What do you think my nefarious intentions were? Before we go further, I'd like that addressed, please.
I already told you, so I wanted you to
'Cause
elaborate
you
on
can't.
your
You're not going to find
experience
anyone
and how
on Facebook
disrespectful
or
I
anyone that knows
was
me
when you
that thinks
came to
I,
me.
Justin Badani, have nefarious
From my
intentions. I'm as sweet as they come. That's what I don't think you like about me. No answer?
I don't understand what. Am I in a fucking Twilight Zone right now? What is going on? Can someone else besides Jim Bob help me understand like what?
I kind of didn't catch that all.
I'm confused.
I got the reception's bad in here. I'll be back on in a minute.
Okay, well I don't
I will say it'd probably be best if he was like in a stable area to have a conversation instead of wandering around driving and walking through a grocery store for a serious conversation.
maybe we would go back to the closet he wanted me to come live in. Or fucking hole or cellar or whatever the fuck he was trying to do. I don't know. I don't know. I wasn't mean to this guy. That doesn't mean I fucking let him on. And
He does strike me as a little impulsive. I will say that from some of the things I've heard from Jeffrey, but
yeah, and I was nice to him. Like, I tried to be his friend, but he just kept fucking pushing it. And I'm not going to tell somebody what I think they want to hear. That's degrading to me. It's disrespectful to them. And if someone's not mature or capable of, like, understanding that, I don't really know what... I don't know. But I had nothing to gain from luring Justin Padini out to anywhere. And I'm sorry that his good intentions... he feels were left unanswered.
it kind of sounds like there might have been a misunderstanding somewhere.
I guess so. It seems like there still is. I don't know. I don't know why I wasn't flattered, with all the degrading women pictures he was sending me, etc. I don't know. Honestly, I got to get back in with my kids. My dog's shivering. I don't.
Yeah, we're gonna change gears. So, thanks for coming by, Tony.
Have a good one. You have a good night, Jim Bob. Have a good one. How do I exit out of this shit?
Well, wasn't as constructive as I was hoping.
Yeah.
That was horrible, dude. All we confirmed was that Justin was an idiot for going out there, that she invited him and caught her in a couple lies. And that was way too, drama filled. I wanted to discuss the health shit because we could at least find solutions there. But she's too busy attacking me for being skinny in a room with 3 skinny men.
Yeah, I mean,
I was hoping something interesting would come up if it for in regards to the whole Larkanistan or whatever.
I say we put it to a vote. Who do we believe? Fucking Sunshine or Tony?
I already told you what I believe and what anyone reasonable would believe. You obviously are a little biased, so
Well, I've met the girl one time and she started telling lies about me. You know what I mean? I could go pick up a chick that works at McDonald's in this country. It's no problem. But if I pick up a poor girl anywhere else, then they think it's okay to make racist comments.
They both have a version of what happened, and who knows what really happened. They're both not great communicators.
Yeah, you think?
And they're they have carcasses rotting in their stomachs, and they're full of hormones of dead, diseased animals, and they can't help but like when you eat the blood of another creature, it puts your body in fight or flight mode, and you get aggressive. And this is how these type of people communicate. The last 3 people we've had on the show that eat meat are pretty unhinged.
Hot-headed, that's for sure. I mean,
I will agree, though. I am biased. I'm a male from the United States that has been screwed over by our sexist system. So I like to kind of side with the guys. I'll admit that. But did you hear all the racist
with the truth always, John Bob?
What?
You should always side with the truth. You shouldn't just side with whatever is the whole extreme of whatever.
Yeah,
you're
but I
into.
did point out a bunch of lies she was making. Like, she claimed he just flew out there, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, she's like, I invited him. But she claims it was accidental. You know what I mean? Like, I
Who
really
knows,
think I
John
was
Bob?
onto the truth. I
You
wouldn't
should
just attack
probably do
somebody
a
for
live
no
stream and have
reason.
them both on and talk about it some more.
No, that'd be too drama filled, brother. But like, I
Yeah, you
almost had a
seem to
heart
like
attack.
it.
If I didn't eat plants, I would have really been struggling there. I might have ended up in the cardiac unit. That's stressful, man. Fuck.
Well, they're both like
boy.
Justin.
Speaking of cardiac unit, John Bob, I was thinking we should probably watch this video.
Let's do it.
Okay.
What video? What's it on?
Today, my response to the scientific
Oh yeah, I've been hearing about this one.
article is saying that intermittent fasting is linked to nearly twice the heart disease death risk. In particular, that eating within an 8-hour or less window is linked to plus 91% risk of cardiovascular mortality. Now, the news reports went insane with this, but I also think that people have swung almost too far in the other direction, saying this is absolutely fake. Some people even saying this is a conspiracy by the pharmaceutical company to make you not eat healthy. And at first I was like, yeah, these results don't really match up with the data. But then I was like, wait, there are a few different lines of scientific research and studies
Where's
out there
Gord?
that say, hey, there actually is
On a
a
train.
good this from multiple angles, which we will cover. And it's been like 6 years since I did my original intermittent fasting video, so let's just get into it. I do consider myself pretty neutral on this topic. I'm just interested in finding out what is healthy here. You know, people can intermittent fast on any type of diet. And that previous video I mentioned really was a sort of pros and cons, because I believe that there is a negative and positive to it as well. And in terms of the backlash to this report, which we'll cover in detail, I understand the sentiment. We've seen many trials, various studies saying, hey, we're seeing some good benefits with intermittent fasting in terms of like blood glucose and maybe some weight loss. However, as I covered before, there's also a flip side in some of the studies showing not great things. We've also seen testosterone lowered in men. So was this study done by some massive pharmaceutical conglomerate? Well, no, it was actually funded by the National Science Foundation of China, by researchers in China, as well as Northwestern and Harvard. And as a shock to the conspiracy theorists who didn't actually read the abstract and their hypothesis, they thought that 8-hour time-restricted eating would be associated with a lower risk of all-cause and cause-specific mortality. Whoops. So it appears that the researchers were expecting a positive result as well. And I just need to mention really quickly, intermittent fasting, of course, has a few different ways it can be done. It can be alternate day eating. And in this case, again, time-restricted eating is referring to just eating within a window. You know, most people are eating within like a 10 to 14-hour window, but then you can go 8 to 10 or less than 8. And some people go all the way down to 1 meal a day. Now, the researchers echo their positive thinking by saying, quote, most short-term randomized control trials reported that 8-hour time-restricted eating improved cardiometabolic risk profiles. However, whether 8-hour time-restricted eating is associated with long-term hard endpoints remains unknown. That's why they were doing the study. And so let's look at this study, and I say it in quotes because, as many people have criticized, this is a non-peer-reviewed abstract of research that was presented, and that was at the American Heart Association's Epidemiology and Prevention session very recently. So on that alone, some people are just dismissing it, but I'm saying, wait a second, there's some other stuff we need to look at. But in terms of what this study did actually cover, it looked at different time eating windows with 8 or less at the lowest, 8 to 10, 10 to 12, 12 to 16, which was considered the norm, and greater than 16, which would include that one hilarious lady that gets up in the middle of the night and like makes sandwiches and stuff.
Come back. Oh, I think they're eggs.
There's no indication that this is super shoddy science. Like, they still adjusted for a ton of things, such as smoking, race, energy intake, junk food.
So about those intentions, did she ever? She's not here. Did she ever talk about the intentions that she thought I had? That's a really interesting point.
She was kind of making some accusation. Well, not accusations. she had her
I'm
perspective.
sure you guys both
of-
have different versions of what went down, Justin. Who knows
What's that?
what was lost in translation?
Well, I mean, I'll totally tell my side of the story, but I first, like, she's gone. I want to know what she thought my intentions were. See, that's why she can't actually answer that, because she knows I don't have bad intentions. You know, she like
Well,
what
what's
actually
bad define bad intentions.
well, I'm like just to go down there, bang her, leave her for dirt. I had invited her to come to New York. I have all these screenshots.
Okay.
Like I invited her to come to New York, and she told me that she didn't have an ID. She also told me that she was staying with a family. Jeff, do you really think I would have went down there and tried to break up her and Larry? Like, you think I would fly across the country?
You kind of told me that's what your intentions were for several years.
No, I never told
Remember?
you that. I never said
Bro,
anything
I,
like
used to-
that.
I would be like,
No,
dude, you
after-
know they're like
after
having
the
kids
fact, yeah.
together, right?
No,
like,
after
you know
the
she's
fact.
gone, right? Like, I explained it to you 1,000 times.
No, okay.
Not 1,000,
After
but
the
we've had that conversation more than once.
Okay, let me talk. After the fact, after I got back from what's it called, from Colorado, that she kept hitting me up and talking to me as if we were going to hang out. So I was like, oh, okay, I guess she still wants to, talk or whatever the fuck. So after that, because she would tell me talking about how Larry's broke and he's just a scumbag and she's going to leave him. Like, I could show you messages when she's like, you ready to get me? I was actually leaving Mark Passio's Second Amendment presentation where she messaged me like, you ready to come get me and stuff. You know I'm not making this up. I can show you the screenshots for all of it. I just got to go on my iCloud or whatever the fuck that shit is. But anyway, no, I didn't fly across the country thinking that like I'm gonna go break her up. She told me she was staying with a family because she was hotel hopping and she didn't know what her next move was. So I invited her to come to New York, and I said, bring your kids, I'll hold you down. And she said, I don't have ID. So I said, oh, do you want me to come out there? And she's like, hell yeah. I went down there under the guise that like I was just going there to basically pick her up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you think I'm making this up? Do I seem like I'm lying? Or feel free to ask me whatever you want. I'm not going to change the subject or over talk you.
You don't sound like you're lying.
Yeah, because I don't lie unless my freedom's at risk. Period. Okay. What do you guys?
I know I'm
lie
biased with
about
what I've
Godzilla.
been through, but I
What do you
generally
guys
try.
think my intentions were?
Justin, why aren't you vegan?
You're right. Change the subject. Right. Exactly. You don't want to talk about what I'm talking about. Right. Because she's lying. We can talk about the vegan thing later. How about this? If
We
Tony
already
Bones
agree with you on this.
tells the truth, I'll go vegan. How about that? If Tony Bones tells the truth, I'll go vegan. Good
She
luck with
did
that.
tell the truth. She admitted she invited you out there. We caught her in the lie for you. Now you have to go vegan because you said you would.
Right.
Didn't we catch you
Right. And what's it called? And also, too, think about it like this. If she did tell me that she was with Larry, like she claims, right? And that, what's it called? I had these bad intentions. Why is she inviting me across the country to go try to, like, sweep her off her feet while she's with Larry? What?
Hold on, Justin. Hold on.
Either way, she looks like the asshole.
Hey, Justin, we're skipping over something important, and this could save lives. You just said you would go vegan.
Oh, no, I don't want to talk about this now. Let's talk about this topic, okay? We can talk about
now
that later.
vegan, Justin.
You only have me for
Justin
3 more
Patini's
minutes.
never gonna have a piece of pizza again.
Justin,
you get Tony to tell the truth, and I'll go vegan. How's
She
that?
did.
Which will never happen.
Justin, I made her tell the truth, dude. I made her admit she
I meant about
invited
the
you
whole
out
thing,
there.
not one specific thing.
Hey,
but that's
hold on,
that's
brother.
the point. Do you think about it? If she invited, if what she's saying is true, and that she told me I knew she was with Larry and this and that, why is she even inviting this guy? And this is when I was in my prime. I looked like a fucking champion to come down there in front of fucking her. And like poor Larry, you know what I mean? Like, this bum ass motherfucker, like, you know what I mean? Like, got me coming down there trying to fucking bang his girl. You believe that? I know you don't believe that. You know you don't believe that. She's just lying. That's all.
There's one thing men have in this world, and that's their word. You said you would go vegan if we got her to tell the truth.
I'm gonna leave if you got dude, just drop the vegan. I already was vegan. I already was.
No, you weren't.
This can't be
Yeah,
retroactive.
I never
You
saw
tried
it,
to be
brother.
vegetarian for a couple weeks. That's it.
Well, either
Come
way,
on,
so
man.
all right, so you don't want to talk about it no more? But
are you driving again?
Well, Yeah, I'm about to go to my girl's place. I'm about to go to my new girl's place. That's what I mean. Like she's like, oh, I'm trying to pay her for sex. My fucking new girlfriend is like the most beautiful woman I've ever even fucking
Your
seen.
AI
Like,
girlfriend?
I gotta pay her for sex? Get the fuck out of here. I gotta pay Tony Bone. But Larry Smart doesn't, right? Like Larry don't got it, but Justin Padini's got to pay her for. Get the fuck out of here, please. It's ridiculous.
We're all paying for it in some way, shape, or form. I have a wife,
The reason,
and I
the
pay
reason
for
I
it.
don't like Larry, the whole reason I don't like Larry is because when I went down there, she left me in situations with Larry multiple times when it was just me and him. And I flat out told Larry my own intentions. Like, I actually even said to him, thanks for watching over her. I'm going to bring her back to New York. I'll be so good to her. Like, multiple times. And he didn't say anything. So he didn't mention that. They didn't seem like they were together or anything. I actually kissed her multiple times while she was pregnant with Larry's kid, and I had no idea of any of this. Like the guy was so disgusting and gross. I never even crossed my mind that she would have gone for him. He literally vomited all over the fucking hotel room, like on the way out of the hotel the next night. So it actually didn't even cross my mind that she would have went for him. So I just went there innocently thinking I was just going to basically, bring this girl back with the kids, help her out. And I just was looking for a fucking family because I don't have one. So, that was actually the truth of the matter, Hook me up to a lie detector.
I think he's being honest about this, guys. I really think he's being honest about this.
When am I not being honest? That's what I do for work. I'm the most honest motherfucker on the planet. Most guys wouldn't openly admit the things that I've done for Tony.
Hey, if you're honest,
I hook this girl the fuck up, and she treats me like absolute dog shit for no fucking reason. I even offered this bitch a fucking place for her and her kids to live freely for the rest of her fucking life. Indefinitely, and then she goes and claims I'm trying to pay her for sex on fucking Facebook. Get the fuck out of here. Does anybody really believe that I need to pay for sex?
Justin, serious man. If you're honest, prove it. You literally just said you'd go vegan if we made her tell the truth.
John's not letting you go on this one.
Yeah, I already was vegan. I mean the whole thing, and no, what's it called? I meant about the whole situation.
Not retroactive.
Are you as good as your word, brother? Are you as good as your word?
No. You're talking about one area. I mean in general. You get her to tell the truth about the whole thing, I'll go vegan. Okay, the whole thing though.
We just got her to
iota.
We busted her on the biggest part of the fucking lie.
Why did she leave?
She claimed you just flew across the country for no reason. And then she's like, well, I invited him.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Race lover thinks.
And why would she invite if she was really with Larry, like she claimed I didn't know, but like I claimed, why is she inviting me to come over there? You know what I mean? She actually showed me specifically she wasn't sleeping with Larry. She actually had a bed all the way in the basement. And I remember that she had bats hung up over her bed. And I thought it was so hot. I almost jizzed in my pants. I was like, oh, wow, that's dreamy, And like she showed me to show me that she wasn't hooking up with Larry because I thought it was weird when I got there that it was only him there. She had told me that the mother left with the kids. I forget the reason she told me, but that's what she said. But yeah. Does it seem like I'm lying, guys? Am I over talking you? Am I changing the subject? Am I making insulting attacks? Or am I just waiting for you guys to respond? Because that's what someone that's telling the truth would do,
I mean,
Larry
to be fair,
says
does
you have her bats.
What's that?
Larry says you have her bats.
I have her bats? No, I don't. What are you talking about? I have some of her paintings.
Beats the hell out of having her crabs.
Funny. No, I still have some of the paintings in case anybody thinks I'm lying about that. Larry, did she ever tell you how I kissed her a couple of times while you were passed out drunk, bro? Because I always kept that close to the chest, but now that she wants to expose, make all these ridiculous claims on the internet for everyone to see, I guess I should just put that out there too, She tasted like weed when I kissed her.
So she literally kissed you and led you on in more ways than one.
Multiple times in Colorado, yeah.
I believe it.
That's what
you want to hear the whole story? About. What actually happened was she came back in the room because she would leave the room. It seemed like maybe she was she didn't seem like she was on them.
Okay, Justin.
Yeah.
Justin. Okay, so if
I took her luggage,
if Tony came back right now and was like, all right, Justin, I'm coming to New York, would you go vegan?
What's it called? I have a new girlfriend, so I can't. I'm not interested.
Yeah,
now.
but That's just that's AI. I'm talking about Tony Bones.
No. Well, my girlfriend's AI. I'm walking in. You want me to introduce her?
Yeah, let's
Bro,
hear.
this motherfucker. Yeah, okay, yeah. Because I don't pull women. Okay.
Don't
Did you
put
see
her
my
on
last
here.
couple of girlfriends?
John Bob's on one right now. I wouldn't put her on here.
I'm sorry, man, but that broad was claiming I
Do you see how
fucking took
dumb Larry
advantage
is?
of
I
my
didn't
wife.
have fucking service, bro. I walked in the supermarket. Larry, you want to come live and talk to me, motherfucker? We'll pick a day, homie. You know, yeah. Like you'll actually be able to stack up to my fucking ass. Bullshit. Look, Tony didn't do a real good job. She kept trying to change the subject. Oh, I got kids to pay attention. I couldn't possibly answer what you're saying. What were my intentions? Larry, what do you think my intentions were,
She
huh?
got quite
Think
a
I had
few
bad
times.
intentions? Did I seem like a dick when I came down there? Huh?
She definitely got quite a few times when you asked
Why don't you
questions.
show your
so-
face, Larry? Why are you always talking from the comments? Always in the comments.
Well, I'll tell you why. Because it's much harder to see if somebody's lying or telling the truth when they're fucking on. That's why I'm always like, live debate me. Because I don't lie, period. Unless my freedom's at risk. That's the only time I'll bullshit anyone.
I don't know who said this, but one thing's for sure. This is the last 3 to 5 years anybody will be fighting over that woman. She's going to be hitting the American wall, guys. Then again, she has 6 kids. That's red
No, I
flag.
just always really cared. I just cared about her. I was in touch with this girl for like 14 years. That's what I mean. I was literally like sending her money, hitting her up like for years before I ever went out there. That's why it's kind of ridiculous that she would say trying to pay her for sex. Like, what was I on a payment plan for 4 years in advance? I could show you the fucking receipts. Like check her fucking shit. She's just fucking lying, dude. Ask
She
the
did seem-
CSA cop.
It
For
does seem like she led
4
you
years,
on.
I was sending her for her kids because she'd always talk about how she was broke for her kids. Admittedly, she didn't really ask me for money a lot. Like, she only directly asked me like 2 or 3 times. Usually, what she would do is hit me up on like Indica's birthday, or she would like be like, Larry's broke or something like that, and he's not going to be home for hours. Then she would be like, oh, I'm just craving Chinese food. So yeah, admittedly, I really liked her. I gave in and I caved, admittedly, because I was trying to hold her down and help her and show her that I cared. That's actually what the truth is. But anyway, I'm going into my girl's house. I got to go. We'll pick this up later. Toodles.
Wait. You were going to show us this girl.
Yeah, not now. I'll show it to you later. I'll inbox you.
Yeah, she's AI. I told you.
Wait, hold. I'll inbox you later.
We just want to confirm she doesn't have a penis, brother. Oh, he's gone.
Eddie Dunn, the biggest skeptic of all time, confirmed that she was a female.
I don't know, man. I'm convinced Justin's telling the truth, man. Absolutely. Have you guys ever seen these things?
I was going to ask you about that. What's with the blue glowing?
The hell is
It's
that?
got a light in it. But it makes it look cool, but it's not the light. It's fucking it's a hydrogen thing. You put the water in, you press a little button, and it splits the hydrogen and the oxygen molecules so it can absorb in your body easier. I guess
no, Bob, you fall for anything.
Dude, I guess 1 cup's equivalent to 123 apples, and I have noticed an energy boost since I've been doing it, which is less than a week. Like a solid energy boost. No, like mathematically, like it's equivalent to eating 123 apples because fruits hydrate you. Like it splits the oxygen and the hydrogen. Like there's
What the hell are you drinking, John Bob?
It's hydrogenated water.
Shit
No, it's nothing nuclear. That's just splitting the oxygen and the hydrogen
What did you
molecule.
pay for that, man? Did you get that from your chiropractor? You did.
No, it wasn't too much. It was $40, and I know it's a gimmick, and I swear by it, guys. I really do.
Oh, jeez. That's called
there's medical studies supporting this stuff, guys. There are definitely medical studies supporting this shit.
You got this from your chiropractor, right?
No, I did not. I got it online after reading a couple studies on it.
Right?
No, but my chiropractor is great.
You're dodging the question.
Make sure to use my referral link.
Yeah, seriously. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Curious, but I'm skeptical. I would just wonder.
Yeah, no.
Like I said, hydrogenated water. See how it's cloudy? It like separates the Get out of here, sweetie. I can't pet you all day, every day. Okay. Sorry. You guys got to go lay down. Go lay down. Yep. Go lay down.
Anything.
Ugh. I don't know about all that, but medical devices, like
you're just gonna fast and drink that, and that's it.
I got to show you something else cool too, since we're talking like medical gimmicks. Check this one out. Here's my sheet. Oh shit.
I was gonna say, I wonder about like when people are into like the grounding stuff, like grounding equipment or like RF block or EMF blocking and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, I don't know.
That's what I got.
Oh, you got one of those?
That's what I
for
got
some
as a
reason
grounding
grounding works. Like
I mean,
when I go out in the forest and walk around with my bare feet, for some reason I feel like it's doing something, but that's probably just bullshit.
No, there's a science to it. It's a food source.
Well, it's
a food source.
Vibrations and shit like that.
Yeah, there is electricity that's, like present in just about everything. Most things, especially live things.
Grounding is one of the, it is actually the greatest source of antioxidants you can get. Like, it removes all your free radicals. It cleans your body. It's amazing.
Citation?
I read up on this stupid shit, so I get to sound like a quack, but I swear by grounding. That shit works.
Yeah, like hot springs are really good things to ground in. It's dope. Like when you're in a hot spring, you're connected with some weird shit going on.
There's a reason people feel so good coming out of them. It's not the spring, it's the grounding. You're grounded to like miles. You're just clearing your body of all the fucking free radicals, all the negative energy, so to speak.
Holy cow.
It's pretty amazing.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Oh, Toadie's back.
Yeah, no, I heard you all wanted to fucking talk.
Went to what?
I bet you did.
You just
We're not keeping secrets.
Back in there, and that's when Justin had the cojones to fucking, I haven't heard it yet, but I
heard
do you have
what?
something to say to me, to my face? Was there anything?
I
good?
don't think he was hiding from you. You just kept talking over him.
Well, I kept asking the same question over and over again, and I couldn't get a response, and it was irritating.
Rappy, I should quit petting you, and you won't harass me over here. I'm trying. Go lay down. Go lay down.
There was a little bit of a clash earlier where you guys were kind of both talking at the same time, so it was a little difficult.
This is true. This is true. I made some poor decisions today beforehand because I stay pretty isolated on a mountain the majority of the time, and I haven't done a podcast in a very long time, and I was a little, I don't know if nervous is the word, but I drank some beers, well, hard kombuchas, and I was a little flustered. I'm going through something.
Okay, let's go outside. I'll be right back, guys. Outside.
Yeah, I was just curious if Justin wanted to hop on and say anything to me because I'm still waiting to hear. I mean, he's really passionate about this. I feel terrible that he feels so victimized. And I tried to be this guy's friend. I really did. I tried to be good to him, but not at the expense of myself and doing things I didn't want to do. So let's say, like, hypothetically, I was like, oh, Justin, you are just so fucking hot. I can't wait to jump on that. Please come to Colorado so I can jump on that. Yeah. Like, let's pretend that was the case, which it wasn't. But, like, hypothetically, let's just do that. Let's say he showed up and I found him insufferable. and a little unnerving. Do I then have an obligation to provide him an emotional or sexual response in which I didn't feel aligned in? No.
I wouldn't say you're entitled to, no.
No.
I think
And you know what? I was nothing but good to that guy. I had just gotten there, and I was going through a hard time. And like where I'm at with it, Braxton, and I do recognize that I come off, especially today, as a completely unhinged cunt. And you know, I really don't navigate my life that way. I really don't. And like at this point in this chapter of my life, I just like, I'm just gonna tell you a little story. Actually, okay, I'm 35. I have debilitating arthritis. I have MS symptoms. Okay, so I'm at a point where like when I flare up, I struggle to walk. I struggle to take care of my children. I struggle to function. And in the last 4 months, after trying all these different supplements and doing all these different things, I finally found some things that started to work. And what those are, that I'm just going to throw out there for anybody really. I started doing the Stammet stack, which is psilocybin, microdosing, lion's mane, and niacin. And that helps push those things through your nerves. And it's real, like, it's been amazing. That between that and chaga and turkey tail and cordyceps and lion's mane and psilocybin and amanita, anyways, mushrooms, it's helped me so much. So in the last 3-ish months or whatever, I feel like, I know I just went through this long, dark place of where I didn't think I was in there anymore. I lost my spine. I lost my personality. I lost my desire to talk to people. I felt lower than dirt. Like I didn't understand what was going on. I couldn't remember the day before. On top of just like, you know, being 35 with a grandma cane, hobbling around. And in the last 3 months, I finally started getting things that worked. I feel like, you know, and if you just shit on Larry, whatever. Larry Smart saved my fucking life. And I'm not saying he's a fucking saint. And I'm not saying that, I'm not even going to that, but he helped save me. And he helped, I don't know. So I started finding these things and which really actually started to work for me. And I started getting my memories back. I started to get myself back. And I thought that was gone. So in the last 3 months or so, it just feels like someone's turned on all the fucking lights. And like, the brain fog is starting to lift, and I'm not quite there yet, but like I used to be a relatively intelligent individual, you know, and like, while I've never been a saint or claimed to be, I've not been dishonest. I've not been ill-intentioned. You know, the only reason people know who I am or whatever, you know, in my 20s, I had this like complex, like I am a single mom, like he was accusing me of, whatever the fuck that means. And I was just like in this mode, like, I don't know, like probably like Jeff can probably relate to when you're younger, you just feel like, you know, oh my gosh, people they just need to wake up. They just don't know. We just got to wake them up and people are going to realize what's going on and everything's going to be okay. But that's not what it is. It's not, you know, either they're fucking ignorant but I tell you what, I've never encountered so much cruelty in my life as I did when I had the nerve to disrupt people's emotional investment in their own cognitive dissonance. And, you know, so all through my 20s, like I was just doing all these, you know, different things, whatever, that's neither fucking here nor there. So yeah, do I come off unhinged or like, I don't care. Like all I've got is that like, this is my second chance at being me. And the only thing that's gotten me through this much of my life is my sarcasm, my sense of humor, and my adhering to reality. So while I'm not a fucking saint or claim to be, I'm not a fucking bad person. I don't deserve to be dead, Jim Bob. And what's wrong?
What about your victims? What about
My
your victims?
victims?
Do they deserve to be dead?
Oh, you're talking about Justin? Is he a victim? Ooh. Hey.
It's almost
Wow,
like Jeremy's
I've
hell
never heard my dog bark like that. I don't know. It's your voice or that guy's, but that's interesting.
Probably mine.
This is an extremely well-trained service dog.
So
This
I
dog
do
is
believe
worth more than
Justin
you
was your
times 10,
victim.
Jim Bomb. And do you hear
But that's
him?
not
I
who I
have
was talking
never,
about.
ever heard this dog growl or bark like this before. Do you hear that? Can you hear it?
You don't have somebody instigating him like behind.
No, I'm telling you, there's no one here.
That's weird.
Yeah, so a lot of people get
Ah.
into activism and they kind of
That's strange.
get really excited about it and ignore their own stuff and just get kind of like all up in trying to change how
okay.
people think, and
I'm not
which is
scared of
not
this little
not
bitch.
a possible thing. But yeah.
I think the
Wow.
self-work, like on an individual level, is kind of the most important.
And that's kind of where I'm at with it. And I'm not saying it's not like embarrassing or fucking abrasive or anything at this point in my life. I just came out of a really dark fucking weird place. And I'm not looking for pity. That's not it. Look, he fucking hates you, Jim Bob. I have never, ever heard him growl or bark like this before in my life. This is a $30,000 dog. Like, I mean, like he's been in service dog training and he's helped save my life. This is my best friend. That, like, all bullshit aside, anyways, that's fascinating. That's really fascinating. So you can shit on me when I'm not here to defend myself and everything else.
Hey, in case if you haven't noticed, I've shit on you to your face. I'm not hiding.
Straight on the fucking
You're
head.
a bad person.
What'd you say?
You're a bad person. You're a walking red flag. I shit on you to your face.
Well, that's funny because the way you're reacting and the way you're acting and what you said on those posts when I was merely talking about covert
You take
narcissism
advantage of
and how they prey
vulnerable
on people in vulnerable situations. Oh, look at that projection, you scrawny bitch. That's fucking funny, dude. That is fucking funny. I don't care what you think about it. I don't believe you. I don't fucking believe people like you any fucking more. And anybody with at least 75 brain, like IQ points left can see through your shit.
Vulnerable
I hope that
situations.
girl you scooped up out of that sad situation is okay.
What do you mean?
You bring her on
Her
camera.
situation
Bring
is
her on
better than
camera so we can see if she's okay. Where is she?
Her situation is
Where is
better
she?
than
I want to know what
mine.
she's at. Is she okay? Does she have a cell phone?
No,
No,
you
seriously.
are not
Is she okay?
contacting my wife, you
Is she
psycho.
okay?
There
Is
ain't
she
no
fucking
fucking
okay?
way.
No, I'm
Of
fucking
course,
serious.
my wife's okay.
No, I'm
Yeah,
fucking
you're
serious,
making
dude.
up
I'm
creepy
fucking serious.
comments
Where
like
is
a
your wife
sex.
right now? Where is your wife?
Yeah, I'm not answering personal questions about my
Yeah,
wife at all.
okay. Well, you got no problem throwing her around. Where's your wife? Is she okay?
What do you mean throwing her
Is she
around?
fucking okay?
You are a
I
psycho.
cannot
Of
stutter,
course, my
bitch.
wife is okay.
Is she fucking okay? Where is she? And does she have a phone?
Of course, my wife is okay. You
Oh, because you said
psycho.
so.
No,
Where
you're
is
not
she?
contacting my wife.
Where is
No. Where is she? That's none of your business. You're not
I
asking
don't think she's
personal
okay.
questions
And
about
I
my
hope
family.
somehow she can see this somehow. And if she needs help, she can get a hold of me. Because I know what trauma bonds are. I know the chemical addiction that is forged in the mind from people like you. And I don't think she's okay.
Yeah. My wife's situation is
I don't
so
think she's okay.
horrible
Why
that
are you
she has
hiding
a
behind
better
a bed?
situation than
Why
us
are
in
you
the West.
always behind this bed? Like, where is she? Where is that? Where is she? You look at your profile and there's like this little girl throwing peace signs that is very juvenile and adolescent. And like everything about
A
you.
little girl. There we go. More racist
Everything
propaganda.
about you rubs
A
me
little
fucking
girl.
wrong. I have never heard this dog react like this until you started
Do
talking.
you
Ever.
always claim
Ever.
Asians are children like a
No,
racist? Or
I
what?
did not say that. You
Yeah,
gaslighting,
you did. You
narcissistic
said
piece
my
of
wife's a
shit.
little girl.
I know what
You
you
always
are.
claim
You know
Asians
I
are
know what
children.
you are, and that's why you were triggered by my comments.
What am I?
And you're
What
trying
am
to
I?
say I'm racist and
An
this and
adult
that. You're
that married
fucking
another
retarded.
adult?
That's not what I fucking said, and you fucking know it.
You
I
claim
know
my
what
wife
you
is
are. You know I
uneducated.
know what you
She
are.
speaks
You
four
maybe
languages. She's
don't know what you
smarter
are
than
because
you.
narcissists have no self-awareness or empathy, but I'm not confident she's okay. Are you in like a hotel room? Where is this young girl that you fucking collected from another country? Throwing peace signs and like
Yeah,
like,
I just collect
I'm
people.
fucking
I buy
serious,
them.
dude.
It's the thing.
Is she fucking okay?
Like a creeper.
Is she fucking okay? Where is this girl? Does she have friends? Does she have any support system in this fucking country?
Dude,
why are you still
my
laughing
wife
and
is,
smirking? I want to
because
know
my
if
wife
this girl
is
is okay.
none of your
Let's do
business.
a
You're
fucking
accusing
wellness
me
check,
of being
Jim
a
Bob.
creep
Where is this
without
girl?
any evidence.
Where is this
You
young
think I'm
girl
gonna
you
expose
collected
my
from a
wife?
desperate situation
Hey,
in another country because you
you
couldn't
think I'm
manipulate some bitch you fucking liked in this country? Where is she?
women are
Where
easy in
is
this
your
country.
wife?
Hey,
Where's your wife,
women,
Jim Bob?
none of your
Where's your
business.
fucking wife?
None of your fucking business where my
Yeah.
wife is.
Okay.
None.
Right? I think I
Absolutely
hit the nail on
zero.
the head. Honey, sweetheart, if you need help, you fucking get a hold of me. I will fucking help you. No bullshit. I won't tell nobody.
Jesus
I know what
Christ.
he is.
What a
I know what
fucking
the fuck
bat
he
you
is.
are.
He knows I know.
Jesus.
That girl's not
You
okay.
are accusing
That girl's
people
not okay.
of
I'm
being
getting off
weird
here.
or what.
I'm
I
so
don't even know what
that
you're
fucking
accusing me
little
of
girl that he collected
without
from
any
another country
evidence.
because he can manipulate her like these fucking people like Justin try to fucking do to me. That girl's not okay.
Oh
Where
yeah,
is
my
she?
wife's
You got a
not
fucking
okay.
recent
Yeah,
picture?
I bet.
Nobody's looking for her, huh? She doesn't have a support system out here. Where's your wife, Jim Bob? You got any fucking recent pictures?
This bitch, she's accusing me
Yeah,
of
you
like
can fucking
killing
hear
my
this
wife
fucking
or
bitch. I'm
something.
fucking, I didn't stutter, motherfucker. Where's your fucking wife? When's the last
Where
time
my
anybody's
wife
fucking seen or
is
heard from her?
none of your business.
When's the
None.
last
Not
time
even a
anybody's
little
seen her?
bit.
Does she have a fucking cell phone? Is she
Of
allowed
course she has
communication
a
with the
phone.
outside world?
Yeah,
Is she one of
she
your
has.
Facebook friends? Where's your fucking wife, Jim Bob?
No, my wife isn't on my Facebook because I'm
I
an
bet she's
activist
fucking
and I have
not.
enemies.
I bet she's not. I bet she don't even have a fucking cell phone, does she?
Oh, I bet you she does.
Oh, does
Absolutely.
she? Well, we'll just bring
Yeah,
her
of
on real
course
quick
she
and let her
does.
and just have her say, "I'm doing just fine. You're totally off base, you crazy bitch." Have her come
My
on
wife,
and
my
say,
wife,
"You are fucking crazy, you stupid bitch. This is the greatest man in the whole fucking world," just like I would for my abusers. I want to fucking hear it. Where's she
my
at?
wife would
Jim
never
Bob?
even bother
Where's
talking
that
to you.
young Asian hopeful girl I saw in those fucking pictures throwing peace signs? Very adolescent. I can fucking read you like a fucking book. And that's what
Adolescent.
my fucking life.
Adolescent.
And that is what you
How
fight. It
old
wasn't
do you
because you were
think my
defending
wife
Justin
is?
Padini. You fucking scrawny piece of shit. I don't think she's okay. And that's not me trying to no, I'm fucking serious. Please prove me wrong. Please prove me wrong that you are not a fucking monster and you didn't go to some other country and get some 18-year-old kid and bring her back so you can abuse her because nobody could fucking tolerate you here.
Oh yeah,
Please,
she's
just
locked in the
please,
closet, all chained up. I bet.
please bring her on or like let her. Please, why can't you do that?
You are
Why
mentally
can't you do
unstable.
that?
But
Where is
you
this
just
girl?
assume my
Where
wife's
is
here right
this
now?
girl that you collected from a desperate situation in another country? Jim
Oh yeah, I
Bob, where
collected her
is
like
she?
hogs.
Where are you hiding
Like
behind a
hogs.
fucking bed with a fucking sheet looking like a fucking motel or like you are a fucking creep? Where is this fucking girl? I don't think she's okay. I
It
don't think
is actually
anybody's
a
heard from
sheet.
her
I
from a
have it
long
plugged
fucking
into the
time.
wall, so when I
think
sit
I
down,
know
I'm
exactly
grounded.
what the fuck you are. And I think you're a fucking pathetic piece of shit.
What do you
Is that
think,
what you
Braxton?
think?
Prove me wrong, please. Please prove me wrong. Where is she?
Scared to say anything.
I think you have
Where is
6
she?
kids and you're a walking red flag, and I
That's
think
what
you're
I said
probably
to
a
you.
month.
My God,
Hey,
what is with narcissists and the
I'm trying to
inability to
find.
be fucking creative at all? No
What was that
and I
empathy,
point?
think
no
you're amongst the
self-awareness. You don't even like,
26%.
we're just gonna fucking, you just say these things and that's fucking reality and I'm the red flag. Fine, I'm a red flag. I'm the fucking worst bitch this side of the fucking Mississippi. Where is that young girl that you collected from a desperate situation in another country that no one's fucking heard from?
So if I dated
Where
a girl
is she?
that worked at Costco in this country and made
Where
very
is
little
she?
money, Would she be desperate?
You're doing the same shit Justin did. You can't fucking answer a question, and I hit the nail on the fucking head.
No, I'm just not willing to answer
we have our
questions about
disagreements.
my
You
wife
gotta
to
be
some
careful who you're
psycho
fucking
bitch.
associating with in these times, okay? You got fucking Rachel Sunshine on here waving guns around, talking about violence, you know. I mean, unless you're a Fed, which I don't really think you are, whatever. Like, that's dangerous shit. You want to be fucking raided, guy? What are you fucking doing? And this fucking guy, you want to talk about a walking red flag? Dude. Come on.
How
You're
dare
smart,
I fall in
man.
love with a
You know,
beautiful
this
woman?
fucking
get
dude, do you
married?
vouch for this fucking guy, Jeff?
Weird.
Jeff,
So
do you
weird.
vouch for this fucking guy? I'm curious.
Do I what?
Do you vouch for it? Do you know
I
who
don't.
this is? You don't know him?
I know anyone from the internet as far as I can throw them.
Oh, okay. Well, I want to be careful with that. It looks like a good way to get raided. Why are you in like some kind of fucking motel or something? Where's your wife at? When's the
You
last
guys
time
want to watch
anybody's heard
a
from her?
Dr. McDougal video?
I don't blame you.
Well-
I don't fucking. I deal with kids all day. I just came on because I heard Larry's computer and everybody just waited till I left to fucking tell their stories. So I figured I'd give him a chance to say it to my face. But this fucking dude right here, you may not, even Jeff, let's say you fucking hate me and I'm a fucking cunt, where that's fine. I ain't stupid. And you know I'm not a liar.
We caught you lying multiple times today already.
You're a piece of shit and I can fucking tell. I have
Really?
never
You
heard
just don't claim
this
my
dog
wife
like that
a
before
juvenile?
until he heard your fucking voice.
You
Where is
claim
your
my
fucking
wife's a
wife?
juvenile.
You are a fucking monster.
How old's my wife?
My fucking kids.
How old's my
Anybody
wife,
with
you
14 brain
racist?
cells knows what the fuck you are now. And you
How
better
old's
watch
my
your
wife,
fucking
you
mouth.
racist?
You racist?
You claim adults are
Tony.
retarded?
You're fucking
How old is
retarded.
she?
That's like such like just fucking God, it's not even good gaslighting. That's the most offensive thing about these fucking new age fucking porn addicted fucking narcissists is they just think they can speak things into a supposed to just fucking lap it up like, oh well, he said it, it's fucking true. Like, no, dude, and you're not even good at gaslighting. If you're gonna be a fucking sociopath, fucking do better, guy.
What did I say
You're
that
so
wasn't
fucking
true?
bad at it. What
I
happened
don't
to that
ruin
little
people
girl?
across the
What
country
happened
like
to
a
that
psycho.
little girl that you collected from that fucking country? Because nobody's
Little
seen
girl, there we
those
go. More
pictures you
Craziest
have
beer
on your
king
fucking
in
Facebook
history.
where she's looking like she's very young and very naive and being love bombed by a fucking creep. And I know what the
Oh,
fuck you are.
love bombing.
watch
There's your feminist
fucking
terminology again. How dare I love and care
You're so
for my
fucking guys
wife?
are like fucking
Weird.
textbook stereotypical. It's like
Fucking
so fucking
weird.
embarrassing to deal with.
All right, you
It's so
guys.
embarrassing to deal with. I'm gonna go. I hope some. Can you just like just post a pic?
Okay.
Like, tell that girl. I hope she's able to find this somehow, some way. Get a hold of me. I don't think she's okay. I really fucking don't. All bullshit
All right,
aside.
Tony,
I
I'll
mean, I
tell
think
John
she's a
Bob's
bitch,
wife to get a
but
hold
yeah,
of you if
fucking
he's not
find that
okay.
girl,
I'll
'cause
make
he's got
sure
some
that
fucking-
happens.
She's not okay, dude.
Do you
Yeah.
hear how these people talk about my wife? I put up with racists like that every day, claiming that my wife's a child because, go figure, vegans look young. Asians grow up in a practically vegan community where they eat 90% rice and beans. Go figure. Plant-based people look young. Shocker. You know?
I was gonna say too, what damage are you doing with the casts on?
Oh, I'm using this thing. Oh, it itches so bad, brother. But I got one of the casts off, and I have a splint, and I haven't been wearing it constantly, but I've been wearing it a little bit. I'm making progress. I got feet, dude. See? No shoes, no boots.
Oh wow.
Fucking exciting, brother. I'm healing
You
pretty
were in
quick.
like a body cast, dude. That was crazy.
Yeah.
Dude, I dropped 18 feet.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't the biggest building. I mean, honestly, it's a small building compared to some of the shit I've fucking built or worked on, but 18 feet, that's enough. That's 3 times my height, you know? And plus,
Yeah.
I slid 10 feet on the roof, so I had a little area, and let's face it, wet metal. I mean, that's like a slip and slide. That's 10 feet just gaining speed. So
Yeah, that's nuts.
yeah,
I
it
jumped
was
off
like I
the
crumbled.
I jumped off the RV yesterday. Scared the shit
You
out of
jumped-
Allie. She thought I fell off the RV, but I just jumped off of it.
How is she? Is she okay? I haven't seen her.
She's
No,
like, I
I'm
just saw
kidding.
your body falling down past the window.
You sort of plop. Feet landed.
Yeah.
We need a wellness check on Allie.
Devin, have you seen this? I mean, Braxton, have you seen this movie? This video? Fucking Jesus, my brain. Have you seen this video?
No, but I've heard a lot about the whole protein thing. Like, we really don't need as much as a lot of these people are claiming.
Do you know who Dr. McDougall is?
Yeah, I knew about him a little bit when I was first going vegan, and I know you were saying you were like McDougall vegetarian for like when you were being raised up.
Yeah, my mom raised me McDougall.
I want to buy his stoplight picture book. He has a stoplight picture book for kids. I want to buy it because I think most adults are too stupid to learn from a regular book. I'd love to have the pictures to share with people, honestly.
So like
McDougall does?
It has like red light, green light, yellow light, like green light, eat this, you're good, Yellow, you might want
like a flow chart. Like a flow chart book.
I don't know. I've never seen it, but I guess it's a stoplight picture book, and he explained it a little bit. So,
is that Dr. Greger? Because I know he had the red light, yellow.
That's Greger. McDougall's a little different, but no,
it wasn't Greger. It was McDougall. I swear to God, it was McDougall. Somebody Google that shit. Last time I tried on my phone, I got knocked off.
Because I know Greger does have the he has like his red light foods and all that stuff. He does that in he did that in his older videos.
Gregor's awesome. I love McGregor, and I've heard him say stuff like that, but I don't think he has a stoplight picture book. That's McDougall, dude.
Yeah, it's called Dr. McDougall's Color Picture Book, Food Poisoning.
Oh, okay.
Is what it's called.
I want to get that book.
Stuff.
Yeah, so my mom was way into him when she was like, had me. So she pretty much raised me McDougall, really low sugar though. And I had like hypoglycemic fits a bunch of times in school.
Oh, you mean
I was like ADHD, and they were like testing ADHD pills on me when I was a kid. So who knows what really was giving me those fits? But the low sugar was. I remember I used to go to like friends' houses, and I'd just be like, "Oh my God, do you have sugary cereal?" And like I would it was like the best thing in the world to have sugary cereal at my friends' houses because I was like getting sugar. Like she had me on like no sugar. And so that was interesting. And I didn't realize it till like now, and like learning about carbohydrates and shit like that. And it's like, oh, no wonder I was, like I wouldn't be able to focus on anything. It would be all like blotchy, kind of like you'd look at something and you couldn't see it, but then like out of the corner of your eye you could see it. It's like a weird. Like I remember they sent me home from school once and they were like, "Oh, he needs to eat. You didn't feed him this morning." And my mom's like, "Yeah, I did." And it was like I just wasn't getting enough sugar. We were eating my mom raised me really healthy, fortunately. And just like it's always kind of something that's stuck.
Well, you're an athlete, so it worked out.
I guess.
You obviously did something right if you turned out an athlete.
That's only happened recently. I mean, that's all Allie. That's like, I mean, I guess I had to keep myself held together over 45 years, but Allie whipped me into shape. What were we gonna do? Oh yeah, so yeah, McDougall. This is McDougall's daughter interviewing her parents. It's pretty cute, and this is very packed with good information. These two together are freaking adorable. But this is really good.
That. So we've got general questions.
Really good
but first
video.
We're going to hear a few things from Dr. McDougall. Hi, Mom and Dad. Dr. McDougall and Mary, how are you?
Well, good. It's been a busy week. You know, I like to bring you up to date on what's
I'm
caught
gonna turn
my
up the
attention
speed
in
a
the
little
past
bit
week.
because
You know,
I mean,
mentioned to a
not
lot
that
of
he
you,
needs it
I
because
read
he's in
medical
really good
journals.
shape.
That's how I get my fun. Mary reads novels, and so I just wanted to bring up a couple of things that happened this week, and then I want to talk to you a little bit about protein. There was an article this week. This comes from the Journal of the American Medical Association, March 6, 2024. And this is something that I discovered maybe 20, 30 years ago, which was kind of surprising because at that time, the only drugs we had to treat high cholesterol were niacin and Questran, which is a bioacid.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Tony was
And we
just
used to use
talking
it,
about
because it lowers
niacin.
triglycerides, lowers cholesterol. The vitamin niacin in high doses. Well, back then, 25 years ago, it reported that there's an increased risk of stroke associated with giving niacin. There's a letter in
so good.
JAMA, March 6, 2024, that shows an increased risk of all blood vessel diseases, a higher risk of major heart attacks, death, etc., by taking niacin. Don't take niacin to lower your cholesterol. Lower your cholesterol with food. And they also have a nice article about depression and exercise. And we've talked about that too. These are topics we talk about on the 5 o'clock show. And I'm just showing you that these are ongoing, interesting topics that, you know, I have to address.
This is stuff you've been talking about forever. I mean, I still remember when you prescribe niacin to people.
Yeah.
Because there wasn't anything else.
And I apologize. I'm sorry. But of course, I prescribe.
They're in their like
and then last week I mentioned to you, I
mid-70s,
go
or
over
what
this
was it?
chart. It's now up to
He's
2 pages,
77.
2 pages plus 1 about
It looks great.
semaglutides, you know, -1 agonists, you know, Ozempic, Wegovy, Zepbound, and
Mounjaro.
Glycogen. These are the reptile poisons that are all the rage, and terrible things are happening.
This is
to
me
people.
and Allie when we
You
get
know, they
old.
lose like not much, well, about the same a year. They have to throw up. They're sick. They've got all kinds of horrible things are associated with them. Let me add to the list. I told you about this last time. There's an increased risk in bone turnover when you're on these drugs. Okay.
You know what I wonder is because we watch these news shows and these TV talk shows where the people come on and they're famous people and they're much thinner than they were before.
Some people totally have an Ozempic look, like
they have their face looks
kind of like a half dead look, like they've been poisoned. That's what they look like. They're being poisoned.
and I just wonder. I find myself wondering, if in a year they're just going to look like they used to look.
Except they'll be fat.
Yeah,
They're
that's
only going to lose
they'll look like they used to
They're going to lose 37 pounds, hit a plateau at 68 weeks.
And then they'll be so sick.
Then they'll be sick and fat,
they'll
look
quit,
sick,
and then they'll be just like they were before.
the compliance rate is only somewhere between 27 and 50%. In other words, at the end of the year, somewhere around a quarter to a half of the people are still taking the drug. I said quit.
I couldn't stand it.
We've got a compliance rate of 85% at the end of the year. That's what this is documented. This is from Oregon Health and Science University, the medical school in Portland that studied our patients. Yeah,
Well, just think
85%
about
of the people thought, man, the food tastes so good.
just think about it though. Sometime when you eat, last week we went out to which we hardly ever do. We went out to a vegan restaurant here in Portland. I'm not going to name it, and we ordered vegan food. It was a little on the greasy side,
Jeez.
and I spent the next day.
Next 4 days.
Oh, wait, no.
She suffered McDougall's revenge. Because when you eat well, you go out to a vegan, greasy Chinese dinner, you end up in the bathroom.
McDougall's revenge. How amazing is that? And you eat well all the time, and then you go eat something that's garbage, and you get sick.
Yeah,
So
Consequences.
That's so wholesome that's the thing that like takes them out, like messes them up because they're so healthy. Like, oh, we ate some slightly unhealthy vegan food. They're incredibly wholesome.
It was.
I'm not going to go into any more details than that.
Well, but what I'm saying is, I wouldn't want to feel like that all the time.
But I think people take up to it though, Mary. They get new bowel bacteria. They kind of adjust to this.
Really? Oh,
They do,
okay.
Because
Oh.
you remember in the old days, we were able to tolerate breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You're just not used to it.
Yeah, but
Is that the strangest transition ever on the history of podcasting? All that nonsense into the McDougalls.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
No, I'm not used to it. But what you're saying is that.
Oh, yeah,
they get
that's
used
a
to
hell of a
the nausea and
transition,
the thumbnail Ozempic.
No, they don't get used to that.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Back to
I would
educating
hate
people.
that. And so I would hate feeling like that. Like, I mean, what we saw someone say that if her doctor told her that if she vomited more than twice a day, then she should let him know.
Speaking of vomiting.
I feel
This
like
is
we
the
got to
JAMA
push
survey. I
Justin,
told you I
though,
read
guys.
about
I
14
feel like
journals
we
a week.
got him.
This is from JAMA surgery or surgery. Yeah, JAMA surgery. It's an original article, March 6th.
Well, if he's a man of his word.
2024. You know the
Right?
mechanism that
That's what
describes
I'm
for these
saying.
shots working is they delay gastric
Got her
emptying.
to
In other
admit
words,
the
keep food in your
truth.
stomach longer. Well, they have that effect on the entire bowel, and they paralyze the whole bowel, and you can develop life-threatening ileuses. But in the JAMA surgery, March 6, 2024, they have an article, glucagon-like peptide 1 receptor agonist, use and residual gastric content before anesthesia. You'll see what's happening is these people on the Ozempic are going for surgery. They got big bowls of food in their stomach, and they throw up and aspirate the stomach contents.
And die.
And die, yeah, of course. Unfortunately, all right. I promised Heather I wouldn't take too long on this.
Okay.
And I'm not going to, Heather. I'll quit halfway done if I'm not. All right. What I want to do is talk to you a little bit about protein, because this is probably the most important topic of any. This is where the big lies come from. And I've offered you the research. So please read and see whether or not I'm telling you the truth or exaggerating. You know, you go any place. The first question is, well, protein. Did you get enough protein? Go out vegetarian, eat protein. Go out to the grocery store, protein. As if getting enough protein was a problem. And I've mentioned it many times before. There's never been a case of dietary protein deficiency ever reported on a natural diet. Let me go through some of the evidence for you. How did this get started? It got started in the 1800s with nutritionists back in, let me see if I can get this going. Better look at show. Back in the 1800s, there was a guy named Carl Voigt, and he was the European expert on nutrition,
This shit is crazy right here.
et cetera, in the world at that time. And he had about 5 friends that kind of went around with him, buddied up, and came to the same conclusions. But what Carl Voigt did is he made an assumption. He assumed that people would naturally choose the right diet for themselves to meet their natural needs. That they choose innately. And he figured the only people that got to choose innately were those who had money. And so he studied workers, he studied soldiers who had enough money to buy whatever food they wanted. And he found that they chose higher protein foods. That's how they decided that you needed a high protein diet, was based on social bigotry. Rich people, not as relatively rich, ended up eating more meat, and that's why you have to eat more meat. But they didn't consider the fact that there were millions of vegetarians around the world who ate half as much protein. Or they didn't consider the fact that people who toil in the fields, the workers, the people of color who did the hard work, they ate diets of corn and rice and potatoes, half the amount of protein. And there they were. None of these people had protein deficiency. So we have Carl Voigt to thank for this nonsense. And you can look up the research and you can see that I'm not exaggerating, that that's basically how your protein needs were determined by social bigotry. Well, the idea that you're going to innately choose the right food, excuse me, you've seen this before.
Oh, can you pause it for a second?
Protein,
Yeah.
vitamins, minerals, and I don't think so. What we do is
So I came up with this theory the other day, and they just mentioned that Victorian area said that fat children were healthier. And I came up with this theory the other day because they what they thought of. I actually thought of this with babies. You know how everybody says fat babies are healthy? I'm thinking that people, when they're on dairy, it causes babies to grow abnormally big, and it makes them fat, and that it's actually not healthy. And that's why women are having such a hard time delivering babies, because the dairy is causing the hormones is causing the babies to grow too big.
Too fat. Yeah.
Yeah. And then they can't give
My
birth.
baby should just slide out real easy. But they're
You
too
would
fat
think.
because of carnism.
I really think so. I really think it's specifically the dairy, but you're not wrong. I mean, all of that shit has saturated fat, cholesterol, added hormones. So I just thought that guy was onto something, and I just wanted to add to that. So
He wants you to say his name.
What?
He wants you to say his name.
I don't see him saying his name. Oh, Contrarian 420.
There you go.
He wants his credit.
Oh, yeah. He's another
You
one
got
of
it, brother.
fellow AIs. Whoa.
You're a raw vegan. Good for you, brother. That's awesome.
But it was just.
So what do you mean by mostly raw? You like a raw till 4 guy, or are you like 90% raw and you occasionally eat something stupid? You got it, buddy. I didn't accuse you of being AI, bro. You're
I
good.
did.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. He just always has good shit to say.
I don't know, but if you were AI, wouldn't you say you weren't AI? It sounds like something an AI would say.
Got to use that intelligence. tempeh and like different fermented foods. I'm seeing more and more lately that even if not a big fan of like tofu, like just fermented foods in general, like lacto fermented, super good for the gut because it like makes certain vegetables that might be a little more hard for your stomach to digest, makes them a little more soft and digestible, so you're getting the full nutrition, kind of like that corn thing I was talking about, the nixtamalized corn. It makes it more bioavailable. So if you are the kind of person who has trouble digesting like roughage, fiber, those kinds of things, it makes it to where you're gonna get more bang for your buck, and eventually you build up like a tolerance to be able to eat more high fiber without needing that like assistance. It's a pretty cool topic.
Honestly, it makes sense, and I've actually dived into that. I wouldn't say quite a bit, but enough to really think that there's a science there. I mean, we wouldn't eat all natural stuff in the wild. We're going to run across stuff that is turning and spoiling and eat like, animals, rotting fruit off the ground, whatever, like we're going to get that stuff that's breaking down. That's how monkeys got drunk, rotting fruit and stuff, that's how they developed a taste for it. I don't think it's necessarily bad getting stuff that is fermented or rotting. I think it would happen naturally in nature to an extent, not, a huge amount, but a little bit here and there. Absolutely.
Yeah. Did you catch that? Did you see that article that Devin shared earlier on Facebook?
No.
So
I don't think so.
So it was kind of on par with like the idea we've talked about, how like, the studies that are coming out suggesting that the early humans might have been more of gatherer hunters versus hunter gatherers.
Yeah.
And
I shared that too.
Yeah, but this was this was specifically related to fermented foods, because it was like a theory that instead of meat being the thing that caused that sudden spike in the brain to start growing larger, it might have been related to fermented foods. I didn't catch exactly specifically what it was, but it was because people were storing food like underground or whatever they were doing, and they'd go back to it and it would start to pick up some like beneficial bacteria, possibly for survival or preservation. And it started to help people to like develop more, apparently. It's interesting. That might have made the carbs more bioavailable.
Braxton, can you share that with me later? Send that to me?
Yeah, I can send that to you real quick. I actually, because I have like a little show notes thing that I'm trying to kind of get off the ground a little bit, like taking note of like articles and stuff that we've like cited, brought up. And that was one that I added to our little thing about, let me see. I called it something that's kind of tongue in cheek. Hold up.
Yeah, I would love to read about that. That actually would maybe make sense, honestly, like, because we're designed to eat this stuff. It's normal. It's natural. So if they had root cellars and stuff was starting to spoil, they'd eat it anyways during the winter. They wouldn't have a choice. That makes sense.
Yeah, and if it's making the carbs more bioavailable, it's making it to where you're going to get more glucose to the brain. So that might have played a role too.
Well, the brain runs on glucose. That's why the argument that meat makes the brain grow is so fucking stupid. What are they saying? Like, our brain runs on glycogen, not fucking fats and protein like a meat eater. So they're claiming eating more fats and protein that the brain doesn't even run on cause the brain to develop. This is the fucking mindset of these idiots.
Get real. Like, have you seen Popeye? It's spinach, not meat. Give me a freaking break, guys.
Fucking right. Dude, Popeye was a real guy. Did you guys know that? And he did fucking eat spinach. That's some real shit. I don't know if everybody knew that.
The first Popeye episode ever?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, huh?
Maybe, probably. I mean, we all grew up on this shit.
I'm gonna pull it up. You're gonna die when you see it. Hold on a sec.
Is it the one where he says "Open Sesame" and opens that door with his pipe and shit, and
no,
getting chased by Arabs and stuff?
I know there was that one where he was kind of an animal rights activist because he beat up
yeah,
Bluto.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, was that the first one?
It's one of the earliest ones.
Okay, so he might have been a vegan activist. That's crazy.
All the greats are vegan activists. Popeye, Jesus.
From Popeye to Pythagoras.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Let's see. I don't know if the link will show. I'll post the title to the study or the article, and I'll try to put the link to it in the private chat.
Okay. So did you hear that? Oh, sorry.
Which study? That's dope.
Okay.
Oh, it's ticklish. More. Oh, aren't they cute?
Get along there, you good for nothing. Get up. Come on, boy. Get along there.
Any swinging
Boo.
Come on.
Boo, Bruno. What a tool.
Get up there. Come on, boy. Get into it.
Hey. Stop that, you brute! How can you treat a horse like that? My goodness.
Mind your own business, you long-legged scarecrow.
I resent that. Popeye.
Hey,
You
sounds-
tell him
hey,
you are too.
Sounds like an argument from earlier.
Stop. Stop that. Stop, I say. Get up. Yeah. Rather me than the dumb animal. Take that. Yeah. Take that. Well, teach you to interfere with me. Get off. All right, little horsey.
Oh, my poor horsey. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Pardon me.
Come on. Get off there. Get off.
Popeye getting whipped like Jesus.
I'll teach you to interfere with my work. Get off there.
Bananas and spinach.
You, Popeye, come down. Descend. Oh my. I'm sliding. I'm slipping. I'm switching.
Oh, olive oil. Whoa!
My embarrassment.
We're just an asshole.
I think it's escalating all the way around.
You started this mess. Take that.
Whoa! Oh shit! Look out!
There it is.
Is that already fermented?
we observing the consequentialist argument?
What's that?
By intervening in the abuse of the animals and pushing the aggressor. Wanted to talk about that, but no consequentialist showed up tonight. I thought we were going to have a couple.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. What's her name's having consequences?
What's that?
What's her name's having consequences? What'd she say? What was that disease she has? Multiple sclerosis. Have you guys seen those studies proving that a meat-based diet causes multiple sclerosis?
Yeah.
And yet she's naming off single item ingredients like they're, just Band-Aids trying to cure a problem rather than fixing the cause.
Yeah.
Sad.
Yeah,
Walking red flags.
Yeah, those mushrooms she was listing off, they're immune modulators, but I don't know if that's exactly an immune system issue because I was looking earlier and I've heard this before, it's caused by saturated fat. So you got to clean up the diet if you want that to go away.
Yeah, no, I've told Larry and Tony this a million times over the years, and they're just completely in denial about it. Larry's on keto. Larry does the keto thing. Like, they're long gone when it comes to that.
Yeah.
Well, look at her mental health, man. She's literally accusing complete strangers of being killers without evidence. Like, fucking just a whack job.
This is the world vegans want.
Hell yeah.
Back when Paramount
That's a
Pictures
dope
was
video.
cool. Yeah, it is, huh?
If that wasn't vegan, I don't know what a vegan cartoon is, man.
Yeah. I want to get the him standing in front of the horse tattooed. It'd be sick.
That'll be a cool tattoo idea.
Yeah. We'll get back to the McDougs. Oh yeah, there we go.
We choose salt and sugar because that's the way we're adapted to eat carbohydrates and a little bit of sodium. Anyway, this fellow right there, he was one of the earliest ones. He comes from Denmark. His name is Mikkel Henhede, a very famous researcher, and he determined the diet for people in Denmark during World War I. During World War I, they had the British blockade, and so they didn't have much food. So they were on the face of starving to death, like people in Germany were starving to death. And what he told the government is, look, the 3 million Danes, to avoid starving to death, we need to eat the food the animals were eating, not eating the animals. And so they stopped eating the animals. Well, Mikkel Henhede is also known for doing these experiments where he would feed people for a long time on a single starch. Like Madsen, this is a year after eating potatoes, which are 10% protein. Excellent health, strong, healthy, etc. And then the next hero that counteracted Boyd's principles was Russell Henry Chittenden. He was a head professor at Yale University. He's actually the father of American biochemistry. Pretty good stuff, right? He came to the same concern, and that is that maybe our protein requirements are too high and people get sick because they're eating all these high protein foods, all this meat and dairy and fish, et cetera. So he said that it wasn't that people innately had the ability to choose the right things. It's just that, you pick people who have the ability to afford to eat the wrong things. And so he started doing experiments. He did an experiment on himself. He was kind of sickly and was swollen and unhappy. And so he decided to do the first experiment on himself. He cut his protein intake in half. So in other words, instead of 80, 90, 100, 160 grams a day, he took in about 40 to 50 grams a day, and he got healthier. He felt wonderful. His arthritis went away. All these things he reports, and his very famous book, The Nutrition of Man. Every good nutritionist knows this Bible, so to speak. Well, he went and he tested 5 Yale faculty, who weren't very active, and they felt better on a lower protein intake. They tested 13 hospital core engineer workers who were physically active, and they got the same results. And then he tested 8 Yale athletes, and they improved their athletic performance by 35%. So that all happened in the early 1900s, and it should have been fixed by now, but it hasn't been. And then we get into the whole amino acid business. Okay, you got enough protein, but it's missing components called amino acids. Well, this man right here proved that to be totally incorrect. That's William Rose. He's actually wrote 16 of the most important papers in the Journal of Biochemistry. William Rose did. Discovered the last 2 amino acids. And he put together findings from his experiments that showed how much of each individual amino acid do we need. There are 20 amino acids. We can make 12 of them. Rats can only make 10, but we can make 12 of them. So 8 of them we got to get from the food. When you look at what individual foods provide in terms of each individual amino acid, you find.
Hold on, guys. Did he just say something wrong?
As long as you got enough food. Lower your cholesterol with food.
What's that?
So did he just say something wrong? Because I was under the assumption, well, actually from what I've read before, I thought we need 9 essential amino acids, not 8, yet he said 8. Or maybe he was discussing research from years ago? Or am I wrong? I just don't want to say it wrong in the future. I thought we have 9 essential amino acids we need, not 8.
I'm actually not 100% certain on that.
I mean, I'd be happy to admit I'm wrong. I just don't want to repeat the wrong information. I hear a doctor saying something that contradicts something I learned from another, or through my research or reading. I don't like looking stupid. If a vegan gets something wrong, people assume that they don't know shit. You know what I mean? They're just waiting for you to make one fucking mistake. You can make 1,000 correct assertions, but you make one wrong. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why I like to have like a little bookmark list of like trusted sources, stuff that I can go through and look over, just to make sure before I like say something. I mean, I'm pretty confident with nutrition in general, but when it gets into those nitpicky little things, people are going over your arguments with a fine-tooth comb. So
yeah, absolutely.
And they also have a nice article about depression and exercise. And we've talked about that too. These are topics we talk about on the 5 o'clock show. And I'm just showing you that these are ongoing, interesting topics that, I have to address.
This is stuff you've been talking about forever. I mean, I still.
You're muted.
What happened?
Did you catch the video I started with?
Which video?
Mike the Vegan, depression and dieting. Or diet.
Oh, dude, I love Mick the Vegan. He's great. Yeah. Is that a new video? He looks like he's aging in reverse, but he's shaved, so I wasn't sure if it was an old video or.
That was a couple years ago. Prefacing the not good. Yeah, never mind.
Remember when you prescribe niacin to people?
Yeah.
Because there wasn't anything else.
And I apologize. I'm sorry. But of course, I prescribed a good diet too. And then last week I mentioned it to you. I go over this chart. It's now up to 2 pages, two pages plus 1, about the semaglutides, the GLP-1 agonists, Ozempic, Wegovy, Zepbound, and Mounjaro.
Oh shit.
These are the reptile poisons that are all the rage, and terrible things are happening to people.
Damn it.
Did you actually skip back?
Not much, not as much. Well, about the same as we lose in a year. They have to throw up. They're sick. They've got all kinds of horrible things are associated with them. Let me add to the list. I told you about this last time. There's an increased risk.
Yeah, it's about where we were.
Rats can only make 10, but we can make 12 of them. So 8 of them we got to get from the food. When you look at what individual foods provide in terms of each individual amino acid, you find that everyone far exceeds any need any human being would require, as long as they got enough food and it was whole food. And that's what this particular chart shows. I published this on page 99 in the book of the McDougall Plan back in 1983. That's a chart I put together for you. Anyway,
they could print this one out too if they wanted to, couldn't they?
Yeah. Or they can get the book of the McDougall Plan. All right. So it's bigotry that determines your protein needs. Doesn't that just make you mad? You get breast cancer, heart disease, diabetes, constipation, indigestion, because somebody decided based upon bigotry that if you're wealthy enough to afford food to kill you, that you do and you will.
Well, I can't understand is why, after all this other stuff, I mean, if they.
Well, it's because industry got their dirty experiments that showed how much of each individual amino acid do we need.
Start that part.
There are 20 amino acids. We can make 12 of them. Rats can only make 10. but we can make 12 of them. So 8 of them we got to get from the food. When you look at what individual foods provide in terms of each individual amino acid, you find that everyone far exceeds any need any human being would require, as long as they got enough food, and it was whole food. And that's what this particular chart shows. I published this on page 99 in the book.
So one of the essential nutrients is necessary. Amino acids is only necessary when you're an infant. So I think that's why he said 8.
Okay, that makes sense.
Pretty tricky.
That makes a lot of sense.
Pull out.
Is that one that comes from?
You be all actually.
That one that comes from breast milk, I'm assuming.
Probably. Oh yeah, he gets into breast milk soon. This is like all really good information for any vegan to have and wield, because this is debunks a lot of the normal things people don't know.
Back in 1983. That's a chart I put together for you. Anyway,
They could print this one out too if they wanted to, could they?
Yeah. Or they can get the book of McDougall plan. All right. So it's bigotry that determines your protein needs. Doesn't that just make you mad? You get breast cancer, heart disease, diabetes, constipation, indigestion, because somebody decided based upon bigotry that if you're wealthy enough to afford food to kill you, that you do and you will.
Well, I can't understand is why.
All you need to do is some mushrooms to fix it.
I had a doctor when I broke. Oh, sorry. I had a doctor when I fell off that building. I had a doctor tell me, "You got to get plenty of protein," and I said, "So what amino acids do you want me to consume?" He looked at me like I was nuts. Guy didn't even know that fucking proteins were amino acids. I said, if you're telling me you want me to have a high protein diet, I said, which amino acids do you want me to focus on? I could make it a point to do so, The guy didn't even know what I was talking about, but he's telling me these quirks.
All major universities that I can look at right now, Weinberg's school in Chicago and Kraft, Yale University. You look at these different universities, and they still promote a diet that requires you to balance your food so you get enough amino acids. And the only one that doesn't do that is the American Heart Association. Why? Because in 2001, I took them on, and you'll read the papers that I wrote in the journal Circulation on the fact that it's impossible to design a protein or amino acid deficient diet. All right, so how much protein do we need? Let's look at it from a couple of different points of view. The greatest time of growth in your life is when you're a baby. You double in size the first 3 to 6 months of life. The ideal food for a baby, you're not going to argue with me. I know you're not. Is human breast milk. Human breast milk is 5% protein.
5%.
And you double in size. It's got to be ideal. Anyway, other animals, they grow faster. They reach adult height more quickly, and they require higher amounts of protein in their mammalian milk. And that's what this chart on the left shows. But the important thing for you to understand is ideal nutrition at your most rapid and demanding time of growth in your life is human breast milk, which is 5% protein. All right, so what do you need protein for? Well, you need it to grow. If you get injured badly, you need to repair the tissues. Yes, you do. But how about other protein needs? You're all done growing. You don't get injured very often. How about your other protein needs? Well, like protein to make tears or to make intestinal cells or to grow hair or to grow skin and replace it. How much do you need? You need about 3 grams of protein. How much would that be? That's probably about 1, 2, 3% protein at most. That's all you need. Okay, so let's just say it's 3% protein. Experiment done, all potato diet, 1928, to a couple who were marathon runners, fed them potatoes only for 6 months. They got some fat, but that diluted the amount of protein in the potato because there's no protein in fat. So they lived on an all potato diet for 6 months. They were athletes. And a couple of things were described at the end of this paper, which you can look up. I would provide the reference right there in the lower right-hand corner for you. It's open access. You can read this paper when you get done listening to me. And what you'll find is they reported a couple of things. They did not tire of a nutrition, they did not tire of the uniform potato diet, and there was no craving to change. Isn't that amazing? They only potatoes, they were just fine. And that even though they were both physically active, they were described as in good health on a diet in which the protein was practically solely derived from potatoes. Okay, let's do another. I could go on for hours. How about people in Papua New Guinea? This is a population that's lived in the highlands of Guinea for tens of thousands of years.
Oh, look at how huge those potatoes are.
Sweet potatoes.
Yeah.
Sweet potatoes. And they live, it really bothered nutritionists. Well, maybe they still bothers them. I don't know. But it bothered them tremendously to the point where they decided to study the highlanders in New Guinea and find out how they could survive on a diet that was 92% sweet potato leaves and roots. It was a diet that was 3 to 6% protein. Well, they fought battles, they had babies, they existed for tens of thousands of years, they grew to adult heights. Yes, they did on sweet potatoes. The last thing you have to worry about is whether you'll get enough protein or not. But protein industries are what drives the market. One more example, cassava. You're told that there's malnourishment in Africa because they don't have the good old American foods. They don't have enough meat, they don't have enough dairy. The population of rural Africa, their dominant starch is cassava. Cassava is 3.4% protein. Remember, human breast milk is 5%. And it supplies the nutrition for 800 million people, just like rice does in Asia and potatoes do in South America. The cassava root is not only adequate in total protein, but in all the essential amino acids.
They just don't have enough of it to eat.
And when concerned groups go to help the rural Africans starving, their first attempt to help them was to feed them reconstituted dairy. And they described how when they got off the airplane, it was just covered with diarrhea from the dairy. So they found out you can't feed these high protein, high dairy foods to people recovering from malnutrition. Okay, look, you heard this example. I'll end with this. Heather, I'll end. And that is, look, the biggest animals with the biggest muscles, the greatest energy needs in the world, eat a vegetarian diet. Why couldn't you or shouldn't you? Maybe we'll get into a further discussion about, we'll talk about the damage done to the bones, to the kidneys, to the blood vessels, the cancer promoting aspects of believing that you ought to be eating a diet high in protein. But that's what my parents were taught. My parents were taught, and they abided by it because they loved their children. They were taught the only nutrients you had to worry about to feed your kids was protein and calcium. And so my parents did. They fed me lots of calcium and protein. I almost died. You know my history. I was sick up until I learned to change my diet in my mid-20s. I wouldn't be talking to you right now if I hadn't figured out that there's no such thing as protein or calcium deficiency. There's such thing as plant food component deficiencies. Like, for example, you know about scurvy from vitamin C, which is only present in plants. You know about beriberi, which is due to thiamine, which is only present in plants. You know about pellagra, which is due to tryptophan, problems with corn, with refining corn. So anyway, it has to do with niacin, which I started talking about. Yeah, didn't want to confuse you, but it's a deficiency in niacin, which is a deficiency.
My trigger word.
Which is claimed to be a deficiency of corn, but it's only after you refine the corn. Okay, Heather, I'm done. That was fast enough.
That was great. So important though, because everyone thinks that we need more protein. It's not just people eating the standard American diet. Even people in the plant-based world are all about getting more protein and vegan protein powders. And, we just think that we need more, and we don't.
And a lot of the people in the vegan community are very, very, very much experts on how much protein cheesecake has and vegan ice cream and vegan candy bars. I know you do, because you're what I call fat vegans. It's not meant as criticism. It's meant as a reality check. You're telling people about the importance of not killing animals.
Brutal.
You're telling people about the importance of saving the planet. And yet when they look at you, they see an overweight, unhealthy looking person because you buy into these vegan foods rather than a starch-based diet, which is what you're supposed to be eating. You keep the vegan foods for your birthday. Little birthday cake would be okay. Come on, Heather, stop me.
Okay, lots of questions coming in while you were talking, so I'll start from the top. Okay, this one is from Cherish. In March, her vitamin D levels were 31.4. That sounds good, but her doctor says it's too low. What would you recommend?
Well, usually the number is 28 or 29 nanograms per milliliter, I believe. So the usual values that I'm familiar with are 28, 29, 30. Mary flunked the vitamin D test one summer after she spent the summer sitting next to our pool. We'd been to Hawaii and Costa Rica that year.
Yeah.
So she had tons of sunshine. And she came in with a vitamin D level of like 28. Nonsense. You have to worry about your vitamin D levels when they get really, really low, like 8. 20, I would consider adequate.
Well, Heather said 31.
I know. I think she's getting misinformation. She's getting information from the supplement industry. For the supplement industry, there's no limit as to how high you should make your vitamin D, even though you increase the risk of falls and fractures. Yes, you do when you take more than 1,000 international units of D a day. And we're not talking about sunshine. We're talking about pills and potions. That's what we're talking about. Increase your risk of fractures. So anyway, when you need sunshine, that's what you need. Hopefully that's adequate to get you up in the range of say 20. If you're down, 8 level, I'd pay attention to it. And one of the first things I'd think about is whether or not you're chronically sick. Because the result of chronic sickness, chronic inflammation, is that in the process of healing, the body produces a substance that lowers vitamin D levels in the blood. So you have artificially lowered D levels, even if you get.
Yeah. So I had a question. Well, kind of just something to interject with, I guess, because
You can't ask him questions, Braxton.
I wish that'd be nice.
Be here.
Be like having a genie. But so the Dr. Greger, he talks about like he's a big proponent of like using and so is Mike the Vegan, of using like sunscreens of different types. And I know there's that whole issue of like if you're in the certain northern region of the United States, there's less vitamin D available. I can't remember exactly what the reason was, but that's made vitamin D kind of a tricky topic for me to follow, because especially the type that you're supposed to get.
Just
Like
get
that.
outside and get in the sun, even
Yeah,
if it's
that's
cold.
well, that's what Dr. Greger's saying isn't adequate enough. Apparently, that's what's kind of confusing.
The reason it's inadequate is because in northern climates we wear more clothing and it gets cold, so we spend more time indoors. So it's literally a sunlight thing. We're in atmospheres we're not designed to survive in. So at that point, it is recommended to get some supplements.
Yeah.
At least that's what I know about it.
What? What'd you say?
What?
I said, what the hell, are you a flat earther or something?
Me?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
We're not supposed to be here?
No, we're not supposed to be in climates where we're not designed to survive. I mean, we wouldn't need clothing if we were designed to live in a cold climate. We're hairless apes. We're tropical animals. We're designed to grab fruit out of trees, not live in a cold climate where we need clothing. I'm not trying to be crazy. I'm just saying we're ill-equipped for the environment. We're an invasive species in cold climates, you know?
Yeah, I guess.
Probably sounds crazy, huh?
Plenty of sun.
I
If
like
you
the-
have
I
chronic-
like
Oh,
the
hey.
story about the Hawaiian surfers who spend hours.
Yeah.
Okay, I got one last cool thing I want to tell everybody. Did you know that if you eat an apple from the bottom, you can eat the entire thing and you won't even notice the core? You can eat the entire core. You don't waste any of it.
So you eat from the bottom?
Yep,
Like
eat from the bottom and
whole
just work your way up. Eat the entire thing.
From
Because you're
hole to
getting such
hole?
a... Yep, because you're eating such a minute piece of core each time, you don't even notice it. You can eat the apple core. Doesn't bother you at all. Okay,
Wow.
but I got to go spend some time with my wife, but I just wanted to throw the apple trick out there because then you don't have to worry about finding a garbage when you're done.
All right, well, we need proof of life before you go hang out with her. Sorry.
All right, guys. Have a great day.
Later, dude.
Have a good night, man. Dude,
Devin, where'd you go?
Oh, he's at a
You there,
dubstep
Devin?
show right now.
Oh, that's right. Is he going to show us dancing?
Yo, this shit sucks because I was gonna come here and watch a couple artists and then go pick Teresa back up, but there's no re-entry, so I'm just standing outside. But it's an outdoor venue, so I'm like standing on the fence right here. Look,
You still see it?
so you can listen to the whole show right here.
That kind of blows.
Stick it to him, man.
Hop the fence.
Yeah, it's Vegas.
Yeah.
Vegas events. are
I've
weird.
gone to every time I go to EDC. There's like 6 people that bum rush and jump the fence.
You just gotta blend in afterwards.
Not hard.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, that whole thing with Tony Bones earlier, like when she was disagreeing with John and then like jumping into the accusations of him like hiding his wife and all the crazy, like, dude, I didn't know how to even engage at that point. Oh my God.
Yeah, I was hoping something cool would have come of it, but not really.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping Rachel would have showed up and kind of added to the mix there. That would have been fun.
Or something. You
Yeah,
get them talking about Larkin Rose.
Yeah. Yeah, seriously, he kind of fell to the wayside through that whole thing.
I know, unfortunately.
Just all the stuff about Larry Smart and all that. That thing I was talking about too, the vitamin D thing. It says between 30 degrees latitude and 40 degrees latitude for Chicago, Boston, Rome, Beijing. The vitamin D from February through November, 15 to 30 minutes of midday sun. There's a little caveat there. Then it says, or 2,000 international units of supplemental vitamin D. And wasn't he saying that you have to anything like over 1,000 is putting you at risk?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's one of those little, like the little squabbles that they have, like little disagreements.
Bone frailty or something.
Yeah, it'll make you like more risk of fracture or something like that.
Weird.
Be nice if people would settle those beefs.
The little inner squabblings. Durian Ryder versus McDougal and Gregor and
Hours
Yeah,
in the sun every
28
week.
hours a week.
debates aren't much of a
28
thing
hours
now.
a week, and that's not correct.
What's that?
I said nutrition debates aren't much of a thing now, except for like independent. Like
yeah.
I want to see like those like the Atkins versus the physicians committee type.
Watch those. The
I saw
Atkins ones. They're
I saw
good.
some of the stuff where he was getting called out, like the
Dude, there's the guy who debated him just fucking like, it was pretty funny because it was like Atkins was, I've been around fucking blah blah blah, and he's like, dude was like, how come you like don't have any funding or something? I don't know.
yeah, you've had like 10 million book sales and you can't afford to fund a study.
Burns.
Yeah.
Oh, the book sales. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fair point too. They're all in it for the money.
Versus available for you. You'll find it in the right-hand corner of some slide. Yeah. 28 hours a week, most of it on the beach. And half of them flunked the D test.
It's kind of hard to get in the sun
So,
that much,
You know, I would not waste any.
especially in the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah.
Half hour a day minimum. That's pretty tough.
Well, also, the more melanin you have in your skin, the whiter you are, the less time.
Braxton
in
looks pretty
the
white.
sun.
Yeah, I need to start getting some sun. Well, it's frustrating because like around. Oh, go ahead.
Or just saying you don't need at least you don't need to have as much exposure to get your vitamin D requirement, supposedly.
Yeah, true. And well, it's kind of frustrating too because Wenatchee, this area used to be known as the it was known for like 300 days of sunshine, but like my whole gripe about cloud seeding and all of that, it's almost turned the weather into like Seattle a good amount of the days. So it's really frustrating. There's a lot of clouds and like even some days where there's just really unnatural fog, and you can see the lines just being drawn across the sky, like, you know, on days where it's sunny or it's about to be. It's pretty frustrating.
Bummer.
Trying to get my natural vitamin D.
Just yelling at the sky, damn you.
Damn you, son.
Yeah, I was hoping that whole sovereign movement was going to be able to like set people up to be able to like take these grievances to, you know, call out the people who are contracted to spray across the skies and everything and actually get some sort of resolution. But it just seems like one of those things where they're trying to get people excited and like falling flat on what they're promising, basically.
The sovereign people?
Yeah. I've talked to a couple people who said that they were following people who were saying they're having success in that, but
yeah, right.
Yeah. I mean, if you do, yeah, by all means, get that word out. But until we see results.
Yeah.
You talking about Chaz or Chop?
No. I was talking about the cloud seeding and all that.
I think there was a bill that just got passed in Tennessee that makes it like illegal to do that, but it was passed so quietly, like it got no attention or something. I'll have to dig into that.
Weird.
That'd be good. That stuff needs more awareness brought to it.
Look, we got the McDougal's on.
Time on this, except to I wouldn't order vitamin D levels on you. We don't order them routinely when you come to our program.
Oh my God,
I know what you need to do. You need to go and get some sun. If you're dark skinned, you need to get more sun. I know what you need to do. You need to take care of your chronic illnesses. your obesity, your diabetes, your heart trouble, your kidney failure. And how do you fix that? You fix that by fixing the food. Does it always work? Yes, it does. I'm sorry, folks. I just maybe I ought to make up more gimmicks for you, but it's really basic. It's potatoes. It's sweet potatoes.
Hell yeah.
It's rice. It's corn.
Yeah.
A few fruits and vegetables. That's it. No animals, no oils. You do fine.
But when they talk about feeding people that are starving, the basic foods that I hear them talking about, even
in the Gaza.
Yeah, I
Israel.
didn't want to bring up politics, but they were talking about bringing a barge full of food.
Yeah, it wasn't cheese.
And
it wasn't pork chops.
They talked and they said it was staples, and what they referred to were barley, barley, lentils, and was it rice?
It was just basic starches. So when you watch the news,
shut up.
listen to what they have to say about efforts to help the people in that part of the world right now.
That rice out of
making
here.
sure that they have enough food to eat. They're feeding them the McDougall diet, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, they are.
McDougall diet.
They're not worried about protein deficiency or calcium deficiency. They're not even worried about B12 deficiency. But we can talk about that on another night. So, wake up, get with the truth. I provided it for you in the right-hand corner of the slide. Look it up.
Thank you. Next question. This is from Just Eat Plants. They'd like to know what age one finally crosses over into menopause.
Well, it depends on what diet you eat. If you eat the Western diet, then average menopause occurs at age 52. If you are, say, ate the Asian diet, people in China, Japan, et cetera, or you happen to start out in life eating a healthy diet like we recommend, then around age 48. The problem is that what this represents is excessive and prolonged stimulating of your body tissues with powerful hormones. And it happens at both ends of your reproductive life. If you eat the Western diet, you start your reproductive life earlier. You develop breasts and pubic hair and menstrual periods. When you're a child, 8, 9, 10, 6, 7 years old, food.
Yeah, really, think about that. When we heard about that girl in Ohio
McDougall's
who was raped, she was 10 years old and got pregnant.
That's because she ate the Western diet. Otherwise, if she'd eaten the type of food we recommend, she would have been fertile at age 16. When it's time to have a baby, maybe 14, maybe 18. The longest or the latest onset of menarche that I found in my search of populations is 18 years old. The girls became women. So anyway, throughout life, you start later if you eat a healthy diet. You end earlier throughout your menstrual life. You have less risk of overstimulation of your breasts, your ovaries, your uterus by these hormones and improper stimulation. And your infertility is increased. You're not as likely to have healthy children. There's no way to win except to fix the problem.
It's the food.
We talk about this a lot. We have a 12-day program going on right now with people who are adjusting. It's Sunday, so we started on Friday, and we'll give them till Tuesday. And by Tuesday, these 50 plus people that we have are going to say, "I get it. I understand why I'm off the drugs. I'm starting to feel good. I'm seeing my blood sugar and blood pressure go down. No, I can tell something's happening." It happens Tuesday. Like, it is 5 days. Okay, 5 days. And then what happens is by the time they go home 12 days after starting is on their lips, hopefully, is the statement, "This is the best money and time I ever spent," because that's the goal of the McDougall staff, to let you leave us in much better health and can control. If you're misinformed, you don't stand a chance. And what we try and do in this 5 o'clock session is tell you what I believe things to be, what I see as the truth. You say, "Well, that's just you, McDougall." Well, I think I've earned the right to talk to you. I have. I've been at this.
Well, you're not just making this stuff up. You have references for everything.
Oh, I do. I read. I'm passionate about the scientific literature. I've eaten this way since 1977.
What? So he's been eating McDougall as long as I've been eating McDougall. I was born in 78. I haven't been doing it continuously, but yeah.
Yeah.
At least or at least he started when my mom, I guess he became popular in 77, 78 when my mom had me, popular enough that she knew who he was, which is pretty interesting.
Yes, you were one of the first McDougall.
I must have been one of the first 100 at least.
You might have been one of the first infants.
Yeah, probably. I might be his longest test subject if I had stuck to it.
Yeah. Well, your health throughout, because before you became like a teenager, whenever you started like switching up, it's like that's still a testament in and of itself.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, I still feel like a teenager.
Yeah, that's the difference. There's so many people that like just have the assumption. I have some family members that think that getting older, like hitting McDougal's age, you're just gonna be like wheelchair bound. It's like, well, yeah, if you don't switch up your diet, you are. If you don't like change your habits.
That's why I'm always arguing with these metards, because it's like they're like, oh, it's all about this like temporary aesthetic, is like some sort of healthy thing. When it's like I'd rather. It's like the live fast, die hard. Eat what you want. Eat whatever, and it's just like, okay, so you're gonna live to be 60, and then you're gonna spend 20 years in and out of the hospital. Like that doesn't sound fun.
Yeah.
I'd rather stay in my prime longer. That's the whole. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I see it as like being really nihilistic. It's just having like a really bad outlook on life because. I mean, when you really boil it down, it almost seems like people are like committing suicide with their diet. Like they don't like the conditions on the world and they think that everything's really bad. So like, what's the point? A lot of apathy.
Well, it's a cope.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
it's hurting yourself, whether you know it or not, to like try to get back at somebody. It's like it's a kind of childish mentality.
Yeah.
I mean, there was this girl I knew a while back that like
it's just lazy. I mean, more so than anything, people are simply just lazy and they don't want to change.
Yeah, they don't want to know, even if they had somebody who could give them get them started on going down the right path. They still just don't want to have anything to do with it.
That's literally why the keto psyop was invented, was because it's something that everyone can be in on, because everyone is looking for an excuse to continue their psychotic diet, bad behavior diet.
Yeah.
It's like, and then everyone, I mean, geez, it's so crazy being a vegan and dealing with like being the enemy of everyone. Like everyone has something to say about it. And it's just like, because they got to defend their position because they're a part of it. But
yeah, but
we irritate them so much that you have to like be like, okay, why are they getting so irritated? Oh, because it's fucking true. We remind them that they're doing something that's not good.
Yeah, they
and
see
it pisses them off because they don't have good arguments.
They see a skinny vegan and they don't know what to do about it because they have to look in the mirror and realize they're not that healthy themselves, but they're criticizing somebody's diet choices.
Dude, I used to have a file on my computer where I would just grab a picture of the people that would talk the most shit, and it was always just these like literally or borderline obese people.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, bro, and they're like the most gnarly ones about it, and it's like, yeah, because you're clearly projecting. You clearly know I'm right. That's why you're so upset. Obviously you're fat as shit at 35. You look like you're gonna croak by 50.
Yeah, and gnashing about it the whole way.
And I haven't even had like a widening yet. Like I'm holding out.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, I don't know what it is. Because I've been eating pretty balanced, except for I could maybe do with a little more greens and a little more variety in some of the vegetables. But since I started eating that more of that corn in my diet, I was like around the time I started it, I was pushing I was getting close to like 140 because I'd been a little sloppy over winter. But I'm back down to like 131, and it hasn't even been that long.
How tall are you?
5'7".
Okay.
Yeah, like 125 is like my ideal if you're more toned, I guess.
I mean, since the last couple of years, like I don't even need to look at the scale anymore. I'm just like always the same. It's crazy.
Yeah, I just look at it out of curiosity just to see like where I'm at. Like once in a blue moon, I'm like, okay, still doing pretty good.
I'm like consistently slightly heavier than I've historically been, but only slightly, like the kind of weight that I would want. Like, like sometimes I get too skinny, or it's not even anymore. Like, it's really weird because like when I was eating like crap, standard American diet, I was just fluctuating like crazy, like through my 20, I guess it would be, late 20s, early 30s, and just flex. I would get, like I would get chubby-ish, like I'm ectomorph, so I can't ever really get fat. But just out of shape, and then like I'd starve myself for like, like I'd eat once a week for like a couple weeks, and I get super skinny, and I'd be like, shit, I gotta fucking gain some weight again, like it's just this up and down. And that's kind of like what everyone is dealing with when they're eating like crap like that, like it's just this constant struggle, or they're just getting fat, like I because I have a higher metabolism, because I am kind of I'm ectomorph, like it's easier for me to point it in the other direction. But and then like I go to the gym, and like get in good shape for a little bit, but then like I wouldn't go to the gym for a week and it would just be gone like so fucking quick. And it's like totally different now. Because like I'm not depleting my body of muscle glycogen. I actually like have filled in quite a bit. And then creatine also has helped quite a bit too. If you're not taking creatine every day, you're fucking up, because it's cheap as shit, and it's pretty this is the longest I've taken creatine. I think it's been like almost 2 years, and like I definitely noticed like a pretty just filling in, where normally like I'm in better shape now than I ever was when I was eating any other diet. I mean, questionably, as far as like staying, like, just like what I was saying, not fluctuating anymore, and just kind of every time I weigh myself, it's the same, it's like 158, around 160, and I'm 6'1", so like I'm still it's pretty lean. But yeah, I definitely see myself not fluctuating anymore, and fluctuating obviously isn't how we're not supposed to be fluctuating weight like that. Just back and forth and back and forth. It's just, that's kind of the prime, like that just looks like disordered eating, because it is disordered eating. If you can't maintain a stable weight, you're disordered eating.
Yeah, I mean, when I was a teenager in like middle school, I was starting to get overweight because like my junk food habits had started to catch up with me. Like I was not the healthiest teenager, and I mean, I will say, like I've kind of talked about this before, but like not long after that was when my like testosterone started to kick in, started going more into puberty, and I also. Well, yeah, my metabolism kicked up, and then I also, on top of it, not that long later, I was like starting to smoke weed, so that was probably helping a lot with my metabolism, and I was more active, like always walking around somewhere with my friends, going out, just like getting into stuff, and that helped. And like I was always like pretty self-conscious about my weight, and I would try to kind of go without eating sometimes, because I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, but
yeah, and you're an adult now, and you have to pay for your own food, and you just no one eats well in their 20s. Once they leave the house, like girls, guys, no one's like knows how to feed themselves like I did, because I was vegan, and like so it's like you're a little bit more involved with food when you're vegan, as far as like having to produce your own food. Vegan in the 90s, at least, like very little products, mostly soy based, which I got sick from all the soy I was eating when I was vegan when I was a kid. I got like really bad hemorrhoids at like 19 years old. Really bad, but I was drinking like cartons of soy milk every day, and it was really gross.
Yeah,
Like there was this certain brand that had this vanilla soy milk that was I just loved it, and I would literally buy cases of the shit and just drink 1 or 2 of them a day, just thinking, oh, I'm not eating McDonald's, I'm healthy, like
Yeah.
just omitting the bad food.
Yeah, it's an easy mistake to make.
Yeah, and I was a kid, I didn't know anything about health outside of just like my mom raising me at a health food store, like just kind of, I always, leaned towards healthier options, but still, once I was late 20s, just flailing in Hollywood, partying and drinking and smoking, my diet went to shit, obviously. And I looked like, oh my God, I looked like shit back then. Holy crap.
More bloated.
So, like all these fools try to do this vegan deterioration shit with me, and I'm like, nah, dude. Like I looked like shit when I was younger. Like I was, I was rock starring it up, drinking whiskey every day, smoking 2 packs of Camels, like what?
Yeah.
Eating meat.
Yeah, I was kind of living a rock star life without the rock star aspects for a while, because, dude, I was like destructively binge drinking and like smoking cigarettes like nobody's business, and that's why I'm kind of glad I switched to vaping, because that kind of helped. But cleaning up my diet definitely helped with the weight issues.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, like
Oh, and then like if I ever work out, like whenever we've worked out as vegans, like whatever weight I get sticks around way longer, and I just feel stronger in general than when I used to work out and I get big. I didn't necessarily feel that much stronger, but like vegan muscles are like mutant strong.
And they stick around a lot longer too.
Yeah, they stick like it. They don't just go away, especially if you're taking creatine.
Which, speaking of creatine, I noticed that actually, because Dr. Greger talks about that thing that like people who are omnivores, carnists, they're eating, they're taking creatine on top of like the protein powder and whatever else if they're going to the gym. They don't actually get there's a benefit that it's like strictly limited to vegans, that they actually get like a cognitive function boost, and I have noticed that. Like if I've missed a few days off and on where like I'm not taking it, and like then the days when I get back onto it, I'm like, okay, yeah, this is why I take this.
Interesting. Yeah. We just quit coffee again. I did like 6 months without coffee. And then like we just started drinking again because it's fucking bomb. But we just quit coffee again because I know we it's like our one guilt. Well, blunts and coffee are our guilty pleasures.
Yeah.
But the coffee just kind of gets excessive when it's like every day this like giant cup of like really strong coffee, and it's frying you out. And it's just not necessary because I did 6 months without it and I was fine. Like it's just not necessary at all. And it's it's dark, it's roasted and carcinogenic, and like it's not the greatest shit, but it just tastes so fucking good. Oh my God, coffee's so bomb. But like it's mostly just like the ritual and like a hot sugary drink in the morning. So like we do tea and it's just as good, like it's just as satisfying. And it's just like, you're not drinking this black shit every day.
Yeah, I think coffee's appeal is just because of how quickly like the caffeine sets in and you get like that dopamine hit from it. Because that's like tea is a little more mellow, whereas like coffee, it's like if you're doing something where you need to be using your brain, it makes you feel like on it, just like that.
Yeah, like he's saying here, yerba mate is really good if you get like a good yerba mate.
Yeah, that's what helped me kick coffee.
Fire. It's like not as strong, but it's like it sticks around longer. Like you kind of like same thing where you feel like you're like, you're on it. Coffee just like it's too strong. It comes on too strong. It feels like my ears are burning.
Yeah, it's like the equivalent of like Coke versus crack. Like it's
well, yeah,
insane.
people get like hypertension from that shit.
Yeah,
After a while, and
I've
like
noticed,
anxiety.
Yeah, I've noticed when I'm like when I'm in coffee drinking mode, like when there's that onset, when it starts to like kick in after a while, I get this feeling where I'm like in my eyes. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like my focus shifts towards like tunnel vision almost. I just
Yeah.
get way too like nervy. It's weird.
Huh.
But yeah, yerba mate though, I don't know. I'm always impressed when I pick up like a bag of it and I look, it says it has like 30,000 units of like antioxidants or something like that.
Yeah, there's this some some health foods will like make their own. Ooh, and there's just like exotic kinds, and like it gets really danky, and like it's like weed. Like it's a really interesting plant, like the mix. I think it's from Brazil or something. But
Yeah,
some places make it and it's like really danky. Like you drink it, you're like, holy shit, this is fire.
Yeah.
Green tea, like matcha and all that shit, that's okay, but like the danky yerba mate is like really tasty. I never really liked green tea that much. But I know like in Japan, when I was vegan in Japan, holy crap. You drink a lot of green tea in Japan. They have like, you go into little restaurants and it's just a dispenser at your table that like dispenses green tea like a soda machine. Like you're just constantly drinking green tea there. It's amazing. Like being in an environment like that where they're just like
just their go-to.
Yeah, and it's just like instead of
coffee,
coffee, it's green tea everywhere,
Yeah.
So it's like this is so much better than coffee.
Yeah,
But,
I do kind of worry about that though, because like I think both coffee and green tea
it's really strong.
Yeah, well, and the tannins, I guess, can block iron absorption.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was getting a little paranoid about like my like timing of drinking like either coffee or tea, because I was thinking about it and I was like, okay, so I've heard that it blocks iron, and so if I'm trying to maintain those levels, eating greens and everything, well, apparently that's actually
I'm sure you're getting enough iron, dude.
Yeah.
Dudes don't have to worry about iron like females do, because girls lose a lot of blood every month and lose a lot of iron, and we could actually get too much iron. I know that's really bad for guys to have too much iron. We had to stop using the skillet because Allie had too much iron somehow. So it's probably all the broccoli.
Yeah,
Is there iron in broccoli? We eat so much broccoli, and it's fucking awesome.
Yeah. So what happens when you get too much iron, by the way?
I don't know. I just know it's not good for dudes. Like where it's really dangerous for dudes to supplement iron. Like you could get, I guess, overdose or toxic something, kind of like something within the blood, because you're fucking with your blood's levels. Like that's kind of like, you should let your body do that.
Yeah, that's gonna affect everything. It's going through your entire body.
Yeah, and just all the balance of everything. But I think it's hard to get. I think it's like hard to detox, or like if you get too much, it's hard to get it out. I don't know. Allie she's probably rolling her eyes in the back right now listening to me.
The nutrition correspondent.
Yeah, so I'm just regurgitating stuff I hear from her.
Yeah. Well, and I've worried about the heavy metal thing too, because like like when I was younger, I had really bad dental hygiene, so I had a number of fillings for a while, and I started to wonder if that contributed, because there's they use
root canals. Root canals?
No, just the like amalgam, like the fillings.
It's nasty shit. Have you seen the video where they pull? They have a couple of those teeth, and they look at it with this like through this machine that like sees like not radiation, but it like sees gaseous material, like, and they like look at it and you see this fucking shit coming off of it. this like gross, it's like emitting this like as it's I'd imagine as like the material breaks down, you know, which metal is always breaking down, it's always
Like oxidation,
oxidizing.
Mm.
So it was like emitting this gaseous vapor. It's so gross. Like, can you
It's sketchy.
imagine? Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
Well,
Did you
and
get them
like,
taken out?
yeah, I like almost had to force my dentist at the time to do it because they were
They didn't want to. You're like,
yeah,
nah,
they
I
were
don't want
doing
it.
other
I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it.
yeah, they were doing other fillings, and then like I'd been reading up on it, and I saw that they have to do like a thing where they put a tent around your tooth to make sure that like it's not getting into your saliva, so you're not like getting all the mercury and stuff. And what's sketchy too is I want to say it was selenium, but there was something that like if you eat like Brazil nuts, I think it was that it makes it makes the mercury like more bioavailable. So you're like it's like breaking down and you're taking in way more into your body because you're eating Brazil nuts.
Because the selenium?
That's what I tried to look it up a while back and I could not find it for the life of me. But yeah, it was something about some kind of like if you're eating, I want to say it was Brazil nuts, but
it makes it break down more.
Yeah, or it makes it like absorb into your body more or something like that.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I was kind of worried because I was following Dr. Greger's Daily Dozen recommendations, trying to eat my Brazil nuts. I'm like, okay, this is making me paranoid now. If I got these fillings breaking down in my mouth, like that was sketching me out for a bit.
Brazil nuts are good for you.
Yeah. It's like one of the best. You eat one Brazil nut and you get your selenium for like the entire month. Like that's how effective they are.
Yeah. Contrarians talk about there's a video, there's a lot of videos of people putting magnet in cereal, but that's iron is iron, you know, like they put this stuff in food because we don't get it in, you know, from other things. So it's like it is crude to think that they actually literally like put iron shavings in the food, but they literally do. It's pretty weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can like shake up cereal. Like if you get like, you know, some of these enriched cereals have a shitload of iron in it, and you could like smush it all up and put a magnet through it and get metal, I guess.
Start collecting it so you can smelt some stuff.
Yes, you could make bars.
Yeah, this all came from cereal. Maybe we would make a pan out of like just what you were gathering from your cereal. That'd be kind of cool.
You can go to the store and get the bags of sand and actually pan them out and get gold, because like a lot of these sand quarries are in California and like kind of gold areas. So it's pretty funny. Like if you go on YouTube, you can watch like hundreds of videos of dudes getting gold out of sandbags from Home Depot. But the bags are like $14 and it's only like 5 cents of gold.
Oh.
So it's not economically viable, but you can still get gold out of this certain brand. It's pretty funny.
So it's worse than lottery tickets, basically.
Yeah, not as good as crypto. Definitely should put the money in crypto.
Yeah, I still need to get onto that gaming coin thing.
Yeah, just get $10 and a couple microcap gaming coins. Just
okay,
like $10-$20 and every one you have access to. Just $10.
Okay, I was gonna ask about that, by the way.
I watched someone do that. They did that last round and made a shitload of money. They were just like, I'm gonna buy every coin in the bottom at every coin in crypto.com that was a low cap. They bought all the low caps, and dude made a shitload of money.
Wow.
But he only put like $50 on each one.
Well, if you got money to throw around like that, that's a good way to increase your odds.
Yeah. Well, that's what I keep telling people. Everyone gets so caught up with crypto and they're I'm looking at charts and blah, 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 and like all this stuff. But like, there's no rhyme or reason to it. All you need to know is every 4 years, everything goes crazy and goes up for a while. You know, like people, like I got guys hit me up every day. Oh, should I buy Solana or should I buy ETH? Oh, you know, and it's just like, dude, just buy everything. Just buy as much as you can of any coin, and you'll probably do pretty good. And there's like there's this YouTuber that I follow that's kind of funny. And like someone analyzed all his picks from the last round. They watched everything that he promoted, and then the dude just randomly grabbed a bunch of coins and like did all the numbers, and he actually made more money just randomly picking coins versus picking the coins that this guy was telling everyone to pick. So there's like really there's no rhyme or reason to which coins are going to go up, how far they're going to go. You know, it's just a bunch of rich guys that are just grabbing coins and throwing a bunch of money in and then pulling it out really quick. So it's like, you don't wasting all this time, you know, like everyone, the second they buy some crypto, they think they're like a fucking Wolf of Wall Street. You know, they're like, oh, I'm fucking, you know, everyone's the expert all of a sudden. But it's all just a waste of time, because all you need to do is just buy and be it's more important to be involved in crypto than it is to have a bunch of crypto, you know, like or to have any specific coin or anything. Like you just need to have some money in the game, and you'll make some money, and then the next time around you'll make more. And then you'll get lucky on a couple micro caps that you know do crazy numbers, and you'll be like, holy crap. And it's just kind of, from now on, you're going to be buying crypto for the rest of your life. Basically, you just need to get on it. And it's going to be around, you know, like it's going to be a part of the future. So it's like, from now on, you're going to trying to get as much of it as possible, just in general. Wasting time on which ones you should get and trading and all this stuff. Like, it's way better just like trying to come up with more money and buy more crypto, you know, than like wasting all this time, you know, nitpicking which coins to get. And that's kind of what I've been telling people this time around. Just because you can get so caught. I watch people get so caught up, and they come to me and they're like trying to flex that they like know stuff. And I'm just like, dude, you know, not really. Like,
yeah, usually the people who say they've got it figured out, they're trying to sell you on some.
No, yeah, exactly. You know, and like, I don't even have it figured out, but I know way more than most people, because I've done the wrong thing many times, and I know what to do wrong. Or I know what not to do.
Failure tends to be the worst or the best teacher.
Yeah. But yeah, crypto is interesting. It's pretty nuts. Like, you have to really be on it, because there's just like exchanges that'll just disappear and take everyone's money. Like, it's really like, and then you gotta like you have to like follow the bankruptcy, and then you have to like do all this shit to get some money back. And like, it's so in its infancy that it's very scammy still, you know. And it's just a lot of work, because you got to you either buy some and just don't think about it, or, you know, and then you're like, in 8 years, you know, at the end of, you could literally schedule it out. You could buy some Bitcoin, put it away, and be like, in 2 bull runs, I'm going to pull this out. And that's like 8 years, which is like, okay, you know, like 8 years is doable for like getting a decent sum of money, you know, and then you just, for that 8 years, you keep adding to that bag, no matter what the price is. You don't even pay attention to the price, because it doesn't fucking matter. You just keep putting money in that bag, whether it's 10, dude, I got the position I have now from the last bull run, just throwing in $20 every paycheck. Like, not even that much money. Like, and you don't have to have, like, that's why I explain to people. They're like, oh, I'm not going to get in because I don't have like 20 grand to get in. And it's like, no, crypto, the gains are so big, you don't need a bunch of money to get in. You know, like you don't have to have this big lump sum, and jumping in at a random time with a lot of money is pretty dangerous because you don't know, you can lose that money, half of that money the next day, you know, if it's not the right time to jump in the market. So it's better to buy in little amounts. It's called dollar cost averaging. You buy little amounts no matter what the price is over time, and then once the market's up, you pull out and you're like, holy shit, all those $20 I was throwing in there are turned into $300 a piece, and that actually turned into quite a bit of money. Obviously that's the ideal way of doing crypto, but most people buy when everyone's excited about it and it's already gone up. That's when, oh, my buddy got me some crypto finally, but it's going crazy. You know, all these idiots, they're the ones, you know, people like me, we take those guys' money and we leave, and they get screwed for 4 years, because if you do it wrong, then you're screwed for 4 years. I did the last bull run wrong. And I've had to wait 4 years, you know, to get my gains back from 4 years ago. And it sounds gnarly, but it actually went by pretty quick, huh, babe? 4 years. Yeah.
Especially
like we met at the beginning. Our anniversaries in 20 days. 420 is our anniversary, funny enough. And yeah, so our anniversary was, the bull run was about to start, and here we are again. The bull run's about to start 4 years later, and you know, it was, you know, when you have like enough money to not have to like super stress out, and then it's gone, it's kind of a bummer.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's happened to me before. Like I had money when I was a musician and pissed it all away, and it's just like I don't know. I thought it was going up more, and it went. I basically lost everything, you know, and like I was honestly bummed out for 2 days, you know.
Yeah.
And it was just like, oh well, you know, like life's not that bad. My kids are healthy and in school, you know, like I got a cool relationship going, and you know, we're doing what we want to do. Like it's like, you know, like it's not that bad, and it hasn't been that bad, and it's been 4 years, and you know, things are better now.
Yeah, that was like when I put, must have been at least like 10K or more into stocks, and like that was a pretty significant amount of money for me. And the stocks that I was hoping to that I was hoping were going to take off, this one, Mountain Valley Medical, it was just a slow drain down to the bottom.
Oh, dude,
yeah,
I lost.
Yeah, I was just slowly watching it, and I was hoping, there's gonna be some good news, like someday, right? But no, it went all the way down. Like I was averaged at probably like 70 cents to like $1 roughly.
Yeah.
And it jumped up to $2. And I was hoping, okay, maybe it just keeps going. But that didn't happen. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to hold on until the next time. And then it just trickled down, just walked all the way down to being worth like 2 cents.
In 2013, I put 7 Bitcoin on this coin called Axiom coin. It was supposed to be like a privacy coin. Like it was like the first privacy coin. And like these projects were garbage back then. Like the crypto space was laughable back in the day. There was like cannabis coin. You could buy weed at this one store in Colorado with this coin. Like it was like the dumbest shit. I put 7 full Bitcoin on this coin, Anon coin. I mean, they were only worth like $280 a piece at the time, but it was a lot of money to me back then. And it went to 0.
That's
7 Bitcoin, dude.
Oh my god.
Bitcoin's 70,000 right now.
Yeah.
One.
you would have been astronomically rich at this point if that was held on.
We all have gnarly woulda, coulda, shoulda fuck ups with crypto. That's what I was saying earlier. It is kind of like you have to live the lifestyle. Like you got to kind of focus a lot of attention on it when things get interesting. And you kind of have to like convert to this 4-year life where you're like, okay, every 4 years I'm going to make some money and I'm going to have to like string that out for 4 years. Like all these people trying to get rich forever off crypto. Like, no, you just need to get enough money to go for 4 years to the next one, and they're losing all their money trying to get rich. They're selling their house. You don't have to sell your house and put it in crypto. You don't need to do that. And people do it all the time and they lose it all because they're thinking they're trying to get rich for the rest of their lives when they only need to really, if they were smart, they'd only see the 4-year cycle. They just need money every 4 years, which means you don't have to, you could do that with, like I said, your freaking pocket change practically. You can get a decent amount of like life-changing, like not like life-changing money, but like, hey, I could buy a truck. Like, hey, I can pay something off that a debt I owe. It's like money that comes around when, like the money that you kind of need to make big moves. You shouldn't spend crypto on anything but that. Like, like new tires for your car. Like that's something that, like you're going to need. And, like stuff like that. Like you don't buy coffee with it. You buy like big things that really help you advance economically or whatever with your freedom, personal freedom, whatever like that. But Devin, you got some crypto?
Not anymore. I lost it all on Terra Luna, man.
Oh my God, it's coming
I
back.
sold everything. I put it all on black, bro.
Never sell, dude. Never sell.
No.
It's come back quite a bit. That sucks.
Yeah, ever since then, I got burned.
You'll come around this next season.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of people, they get burnt out by it and then they sit one out and then the next time around they'll jump back in because it's, you should never let a bad experience in crypto stop you from doing it because it's, you just got to run everything by me. You got to run everything by me.
Or Curtis. I'll run everything by Curtis too.
Curtis?
Yeah, Curtis Womack. You know my uncle on Facebook?
Womack?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's your uncle?
Yeah, that's my uncle in Reno.
That's really your uncle?
That's my real uncle, my blood uncle, yeah.
Where did you come from? Where did we pick you up?
I don't know, man. Just being in the libertarian crowd circles on the internet.
That's
funny. Probably just being friends with Luke Radowski and all those.
Yeah. People. Huh.
Just how you look at your mutual friends and you're like, oh, I got 46 friends with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just one of those.
Yeah.
But I think it was because you were posting you were one of those guys where you were posting about veganism, and I was like, oh shit.
Okay, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Like somebody speaking my language.
Yeah, I think it was something similar for me because I was curious about crypto, and I think it was like a vegan crypto group or something that I was looking up, and I saw your name on there, and like similar thing, you were like posting something about veganism, and I was like, okay, I want to see what this guy is all
crypto
about.
And veganism, cool.
Yeah, one thing I'm curious about, one thing I've got down pat. So
yeah, that must have been. Was that a couple years ago?
Yeah, it was a bit ago because it was around the Paul enslaved.
Oh, okay. So that was just 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4 years ago, I was that last bull run. I was helping a lot of people with crypto, just all day, nonstop. It was crazy. This
You
one,
knew
I'm
the
just
way.
like, no, you could get in a group and give me $50 and ask me questions, but I'm not doing the whole. It was pretty intense. But I started a crypto group and I just looked at it. It has like 700 people in it. I was pretty surprised. I didn't know it got that big, but I was talking like it was a lot of. I was nonstop with the crypto for like a long time, and then I failed to pull out at the right time myself. Didn't take my own advice. That's kind of a thing. But anyway, I'm gonna get out of here, dude.
All right.
All right, dude. We'll see you guys this next week.
All right. Hopefully next
yeah.
week's start of the show makes a little more sense.
Yeah.
That was wild.
That's all over with.
Yeah.
All right, dudes. Peace.
All right, peace.
Later.